There's never been a better time to test drive that Hyundai you've always wanted. Hyundai's award-winning lineup of cars, SUVs, hybrids, and EVs put your safety first with available class-exclusive features like digital key and remote, smart parking assist, plus America's best warranty. See your local Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealer or visit HyundaiUSA.com today. Back here on the FanDuel Sportsbook, Chicago Blackhawks pregame show, Hawks Oilers coming your way at the bottom of the hour. Time now to look at tonight's jerseys, sponsored by Suits 2020. Stop by their men's clothing superstore to check out the selection of suits, tuxes, shirts, ties, shoes, and more. Visit suits2020.com. The Blackhawks are back in their Centennial red jerseys after wearing the black combo on Friday against the Washington Capitals. And the Edmonton Oilers are wearing like a beige combo with Oilers on the center of their crest, not their traditional logo. So I think these are their alternates. Edmonton Oilers wearing a different color combination for the game tonight. Okay, let's bring in Steve Conroy now to help us break down this game. And Steve, apparently the stomach bug is still ripping through the locker room because no Connor Bedard in this game tonight. He was on the ice earlier today for morning skate. It sounded like it affected him later on in the day, and he wanted to give it a go. He desperately wanted to play in this game against Edmonton, but unfortunately he will be out of the lineup tonight.
It's the gift that keeps on giving, and that's what this flu has done. And, yeah, we thought we were over it. Everyone, and it's funny, I saw a couple of guys talking to Connor Bedard, too, and he looked like he was fine. So the good news is it hits quickly, but it leaves typically within 24 hours. So hopefully 24 hours from now, Connor Bedard is feeling a lot better. But that all being said, we saw this team perform without Connor, and it's a little different. Obviously, you don't have his explosive scoring. He had, 2 assists last game, 2 primary assists. But what you have to do is play better defensively, and they've been able to do that at times without Connor Bedard. So tonight's certainly the night, because I think you're up against one of the most, and although it might not show in the score every night, but I think they're one of the most exciting teams in the NHL still. And they have 2 of the most explosive players in Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. So they're going to have their hands full. But, I've seen this team just rise to the occasion time and time again. Let's see if they can do it tonight.
And it's unfortunate, too, because it's a good litmus test to face guys like Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. And I would have liked to seen what this version of Connor Bedard could go up against Connor McDavid. Now, we know that they played each other in Edmonton on November 1st, but that was the start of the year. Edmonton hadn't gotten going yet, right? But this version of the Edmonton Oilers, it just seems like they're a different team. Although, how weird is this stat? They have not won more than 2 games in a row all year long. I think they're like one of 2 teams that do not have a winning streak of 3 or more games.
I think St. Louis is the other team too.
St. Louis.
And St. Louis you can maybe see because they've been scuffing along for a little while now. But the Edmonton Oilers, after that horrendous October and I think even mid-November, they've been a lot better. So the fact that they haven't got 3 in a row, yes, that is surprising. And Connor Bedard will not go up against, I still think the best player in the NHL. And that's not a slight against Connor Bedard because he will hold that title for a number of years. But right now, 97 is that guy. And you look what he's done over just the last 18 games. I think it's 19 goals and I've got the numbers written somewhere.
19 goals, 23 assists for 42 points.
I mean, that's a heater. That's an all-time heater. And he does it a lot of different ways. I was talking to Connor Murphy this morning about what do you do on the power play? Because, he gets the puck up high, up around the blue line. He comes down with speed. He goes, well, not only does he attack with speed, but he'll sometimes go take the long route, go around behind the net, and then look for somebody else on the other side. So he thinks a lot of it is improvisation, and a lot of coaches will tell you some of the best power plays are those that improvise and just look for the openings. And I think that's what this Edmonton Oilers team does.
When I watch the Edmonton Oilers play on the power play, I feel like they don't have set positions because it's just McDavid going everywhere, and it is just a total improv. And that's probably what makes it so hard to defend guys like that because they don't have set positions.
Yeah, he goes everywhere. And you know that Zach Hyman's going to be like Tyler Bertuzzi, parked in front of the net, somewhere within 5 feet. And the other constant there is Leon Draisaitl, and he's got such a good stick when they shoot pucks, watch number 29 out there. I'd say 9 times out of 10, he's the one who comes up with the loose change. And that's so important on a power play is puck retrievals, because everyone wants to shoot. That's great. But if you can't get to the puck after a shot, chances are it's going down the ice. So Leon Draisaitl, as great as Connor has been, Leon Draisaitl has he's got a 19-game point streak against the Blackhawks.
Yeah.
So that's one of it's the longest currently in the NHL right now. So hopefully that breaks tonight. But those two guys, talk about a 1-2 punch. And then if they're behind late in the game, Chris Knobloch, their head coach, goes nuclear, and he puts them both on the same line. So then you really have your hands full.
How about the performance of Drew Commesso in the last game against Nashville? He was coming off the game on Friday against Washington where he gives up 5 goals under crazy circumstances, where he thought he was going to be starting in Rockford. Then he thought he was going to be the backup to Spencer Knight in the NHL. Then he gets thrown into the fire against Alex Ovechkin in the Washington Capitals. And for him to bounce back with a 36-save shutout, I know he got sent back down to the minors, but what a confidence boost that probably has given him as he goes back down with the ice.
Well, first off, kudos to you for playing that soundbite, because I know he's in the minors now, but I didn't realize that's what he said. And you can just tell what a quality human being he is. It wasn't about him. It wasn't about his moment. And it very well could have been, because as you pointed out to me, the high danger chances were 18-7. That's almost 3-1 in favor of those Nashville Predators. So he was a big part of that victory, and he said, you know what, the shutout didn't mean anything to me. The team win was. I think he's going to feel a lot better about himself going down. I think the Blackhawks feel a lot better knowing that they've got a guy that they need to call on that can handle an NHL, NHL surroundings, NHL pressure, and that's exactly what Drew Commesso did in that game. And let's not forget, Kevin Korchinski didn't have the greatest of opening nights against the Washington Capitals. I thought he had a real solid game also in game number 2. And keep in mind, those are back-to-back nights, not always the easiest thing to do.
When we were here on Friday against the Capitals, the Jumbotron had a video, or it kind of ISO Drew Commesso taking in the national anthem for the first time. And he was he had the biggest smile on his face looking around the stands, just like normally just chewing gum, like how incredible of an opportunity that was for him. Now, I know it didn't result in a win, but that's a guy that you can tell the humility and the groundedness that he approaches his life with, that he just appreciated the moment.
I saw that too, and I was just thinking to myself, somebody told him, or maybe he just realized it himself, enjoy the moment. This doesn't happen every day. It's been a crazy day, but, ground yourself and enjoy the moment. And that's exactly what he was doing. And he was looking into the stands, and I think he was deriving energy from that, because with Jim Cornelison singing and the crowd going crazy, that can really get you going. So I know it didn't really work out for him. And I'm going to be on his side. Of those goals, there was maybe 1, 2 at the most he would like to have back. He wasn't getting a lot of help in that game. That was an uncharacteristic game for the Blackhawks. Of course, illness was ravaging through the dressing room, so we'll blame it on that. But for him to bounce back the way he did, good kid. He gets it, and I hope he's around for a long, long time.
Speaking of that illness that has ripped through Chicago's locker room, we had the opportunity to talk to some of the guys in the locker room today, at a distance, of course, to make sure that we don't become victims of this. But we were talking to Spencer Knight, and he was saying that he got to the rink thinking like, I think I might be okay, and then all of a sudden he said, I just ran to the bathroom and I violently vomited. And so, whatever is going through the Blackhawks locker room, it's taking them all out. Like, this isn't just a sniffle, cold or whatever. This is like unplayable. And so,
well, it's funny because when we talked to with the reporters, he said that he had the flu shot, and had he not had the flu shot, he thinks it would have been a lot worse. He said it was bad, and but he said it wasn't as bad as I think it probably would have been had I not had the flu shot. So. Public service announcement, go get your wallet. It's probably too late to get your flu shot, but get your flu shot. I haven't had it yet. My wife had it. Same thing, 24 hours. She threw up 3 times. She said she was like shivering each time after she threw up, but she's fine now.
All right. That's the Blackhawks pregame show. We're going to end it there. That is going to do it for the FanDuel Sportsbook Chicago Blackhawks pregame show. We got Hawks Oilers coming your way next. With John and Steve, you're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
What do the Blackhawks and United Airlines have in common? The next generation has arrived, and the future looks bright. New planes are joining the United Airlines fleet every week. decked out with Bluetooth connectivity, screens and power at every seat, and bigger overhead bins to fit everyone's carry-on. Book your next trip on the United app or united.com today. United Airlines, proud to be the official airline of the Chicago Blackhawks. The NHL is officially back, and right now, new FanDuel customers can bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if you win. Put your first bet in the back of the net on FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook and official partner of the Chicago Blackhawks. Must be 21 or older and present in Illinois. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable bonus bets which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Did you know that in 2025, 1/3 of us Americans did not go to the dentist? For you, it may be fear or embarrassment. It's been a while, I know, but it can be a relaxing, reassuring experience. It has been for me. I'm John Williams. I go to Main Street Smiles in Barrington. Now, maybe you put off going because you worry about the cost, but you shouldn't. Listen to this right now. Dr. Amar Patani is discounting braces, clear aligners, and veneers 25%. Crowns and implants are 20% lower in January, too. And as always, for just $79, you get a complete exam, cleaning, fluoride treatment plan. So this is the time to feel good about your smile and save money. Your FSA dollars might be resetting too. Let's not wait another day. Call today, 847-381-5958. 847-381-5958. Happy New Year. Happy new smile. Click on mainstreet312.com now.
100 years.
This is just fantastic.
One city.
Chicago!
One team.
Let's go Blackhawks!
The kids.
Nazar in a breakaway down the slot. Shoots, he scores! With a shot, score! Fired, he scores!
They can play.
Yes, they can.
An original six tradition that rattles the rafters with Chicago pride.
Where you from?
Chicago. Chicago?
From the anthem to the final horn. It's time for Chicago Blackhawks hockey. With the call of the game, here's John Whiteman and Steve Conroy.
The Chicago Blackhawks are back on United Center Ice tonight and host one of the top players on the planet in NHL scoring leader Connor McDavid and the Edmonton Oilers, who may be a favorite to win a Stanley Cup, but they're also a team that gives up almost as many as they score. So for the Hawks to be able to wrestle away 2 points from the Oil here tonight, it's pretty simple. Contain number 97 and then play like they did last Saturday night down in Nashville. That was beautiful. Hi again, everyone. John Whiteman along with Steve Conroy and Charlie Remeliotis. We're here at the United Center tonight where the Blackhawks take on the Edmonton Oilers. We want to welcome you into our broadcast. And, Steve, what a night this could be. What a night it looked like it could be. Connor versus Connor, but now we get the news about an hour and a half ago that Connor Bedard is not going to play in this game tonight, which means that the Blackhawks have to kind of shift gears on the fly. I'm sure a lot of the game preparation that took place earlier in the day involving Connor Bedard is kind of out the window, and the boys will have to revert to more of a defensive style, I believe, and that's not going to be easy when you're facing the likes of Connor McDavid.
No, it never is. But the Blackhawks have been without Connor Bedard up until a couple of games ago. They missed him for 12 games, and I thought they adjusted very well. I thought they were learning how to win hockey games by scoring 3 and 4, only 3 and 4 goals a game, but shutting down the other team. And that's going to be doubly important now with Connor out of the lineup, Bedard, and Connor McDavid in for them. And it's not only Connor McDavid, it's also a guy like Leon Draisaitl, who's absolutely fantastic. That's a great 1-2 punch down the middle for Edmonton. And on the back end, too, they've got a guy in Evan Bouchard who, one of the hardest shots in the entire NHL. He makes their power play goal. He makes it better. And Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, too, up front, a real magician. They've got a number of weapons up front for the Edmonton Oilers, but they've also lost 3 of their last 5 games. So this isn't the same kind of team we saw last year. There are some holes in the lineup, and hopefully the Blackhawks can take advantage of that.
All right, first on the road, first at home, first overall. Steve, what am I talking about?
You were talking about first at home, what?
The Oiler power play.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Anyway, my point being, you were talking about defending and how the boys need to, step that up a little bit. It's really going to be glaring here tonight. I'm really looking forward to, I should say, the matchup of the Blackhawks penalty kill against the Oilers' top power play in the National Hockey League.
Yeah, it's almost 5% better than the next closest, which is the Dallas Stars. So that kind of puts it in perspective, almost to 34%. Dallas is around 29%. One of the keys, though, John, you can't take penalties. You can't take needless penalties.
Right.
Every once in a while, if you're stopping a scoring chance, if you're maybe preventing a goal, it's okay to take a penalty. But you don't want to be taking delay a game penalties or too many men on the ice. Those needless penalties always end up biting you in the butt. So make sure if it's a penalty, it's a good one.
Roster shuffling means that somebody's going to get back into the lineup and with a chance at redemption possibly, and that guy is Colton Dock. He's going in on the line with Nick Foligno and Ryan Donato, and you could see this in the morning skate. I think Colton was chomping at the bit to get back into the lineup. He was working hard. He's keeping the right attitude, and he's getting his break.
Yeah, and we talked to Jeff Blashill about it this morning. He goes, it's unfortunate. Somebody has to sit. We've got so many guys playing well that, unfortunately, somebody who's doing a good job has to be a healthy scratch. And for Colton Dock, it was him that last. I think he's going to come back re-energized, rejuvenated, and look for him to get on the body early.
All right, who's going to the sponsored by Mitsubishi Electric Heating and Air Conditioning, electric heat pumps for a better environment inside and out. Visit getacomfyhome.com. I'm going to go with Andre Burakovsky. He had a goal and an assist in Edmonton the last time these two teams played, Steve. And as I recall, Burakovsky had a number of great chances. I think he matches up well against this Edmonton team, so I'm going with him tonight. Keys for the game are sponsored by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers, and Steve's got your keys.
Well, John, we kind of touched on this one. No needless penalties for the Blackhawks. You're up against the best power play in the league. Chicago penalty kill has been fantastic. It's top four. It's killed 16 straight, but you don't want to tempt fate, so no bad penalties. Secondly, the power play, keep humming. Chicago's power play has been a fine-tuned engine of late. 5 goals their last 11 opportunities. That's over 3 games. Keep in mind, Edmonton penalty killing, just middle of the pack at 17th. And then finally, Oil is strong down the middle. And we're talking about the centerman for the Edmonton Oilers. Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, 2 of the top 5 players in the entire NHL. Jack Roslovic plays center. He's on the third line. He's having a career year, too. So make sure you're strong against their centerman.
All right, Steve, who are you banking on tonight? Sponsored by Marquette Bank. Love where you bank, celebrating 80 years of neighborhood banking.
I'm going with Oliver Moore. He did not have a goal last game, only played about 11 and a half minutes, but he did score 2 in the previous 2 games. So Oliver Moore, he's going to show his speed, he's going to show his shot, and he's going to score a goal.
All right, thanks for all of that. Well, the stage has been set. The Blackhawks and the Edmonton Oilers for the second of 3 meetings set to begin here momentarily as the boys have lined up on their respective blue lines. We'll have hockey in a moment, but right now we're going to send it down to ice level as tonight's presentation of our national anthem is proudly sponsored by Walsh & Son Plumbing, a proud partner of Plumbers 911. And for the anthem, as we always do, we join the best in the business, standing on the red carpet that extends out from the penalty timekeepers bench, along with some very special guests from our military. Everybody knows by now I'm talking about Jim Cornelison. Hawks fans, please enjoy our national anthem.
As organist Kerry Marcotte and soloist Jim Cornelison perform the Star Spangled Banner.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the truth more strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. early light. What so proudly we hailed, and the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous sky, for the rampart we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket trigger, the bomb burning in air, came through the night, that our flag was still there. Oh, sing us that star-spangled banner yet wave, for the land of the free and the home of
Well, you got the bonus plan here tonight. The Canadian National Anthem, O Canada, and the Star-Spangled Banner. Delivered succinctly by Mr. Jim Cornelison. He's just incomparable. Let's get to the starting lineups. In goal for the Edmonton Oilers is going to be Connor Ingram. He is 2-3-1 in his career against the Blackhawks. At defense for the Oil are Evan Bouchard and Matthias Ekholm. Up front from left to right, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins in his 996th National Hockey League game. He starts at left wing. Connor McDavid, the NHL's leading scorer, centers the opening line. Starting at the right wing is Zach Hyman. For the Blackhawks, it's Spencer Knight in goal. He's 0-1-2 against the Edmonton Oilers in his career, looking for his first win. At defense are Louis Crevier and Alex Vlasic. Up front from left to right, Landon Slaggert starts at left wing. Jason Dickinson centers the Hawks opening line. Ilya Mikheyev starts at the right wing. Our referees tonight are Chris Lee and Brandon Schrader. Handling the lines are Devin Berg and Jonathan Deschamps. Second of three meetings set to begin. Down to center ice we go. The drop of the puck. We're underway in the Blackhawks control. And right away, Vlasic drives the puck down the left side glass, and this deflects up into the protective netting. So we get a whistle. 9 seconds into the contest. They'll bring the face-off out to center ice. No score.
Yeah, the dump in by Alex Vlasic. I think somehow got up on the dasher board and then up into the netting. I'm not too sure why they're bringing it back to center ice, but they are. And that's where they're going to drop the puck.
So the restart, and Dickinson wins another draw. This time Vlasic grabs it at the Hawk blue line. Sticks ahead on the left wing side to Landon Slaggert. The ex-Golden Domer will dump it down in behind the Edmonton net. Pushed around by Ekholm, but not out. And then Zach Hyman clears it back in behind his own net into the far corner. Ekholm there to McDavid. Actually, now Nugent-Hopkins, who gave it away in the slot. Slaggert shoots. Thick save made. Loose puck taken by McCabe. He got a shot away. That was turned away as well.
Two excellent opportunities for the Blackhawks off a very uncharacteristic turnover by Connor McDavid, 20 feet in front of his own net.
Nugent-Hopkins to center ice, slips the puck on a deflection into the Hawks zone. Louis Crevier back to claim it behind the net. Put it up the left wing side. Alex Vlasic's got it ahead to center ice to Landon Slaggert. And at the Edmonton blue line, he'll spin it down the boards and in behind the Oiler net. Darnell Nurse has it there, holding the puck as the Oilers complete a line change and organize for their breakout. Nurse hands it off to Leon Draisaitl in full flight through center ice over the Hawk blue line to the right wing corner. Drops it beside the net to Vasily Podkolzin. Now to Draisaitl left corner to Ty Emberson right point. Long shot is into the glove of Spencer Knight, and he'll hold on. Whistle stops play, and we'll get a face-off in the circle to Knight's left. 18:42 left in period number one. It's early. No score.
Relatively easy save for Spencer Knight, his first for the night from about 55 feet out. There was a bit of a screen in front of him from Podkolzin, but he did a real good job of fighting through the traffic, spotting that shot. And keep in mind, Spencer Knight looking for his fourth straight win. Thought he was going to be in net in that game against Washington here last Saturday, and of course fell victim to the flu, and he's had 5 days off since his last start.
Hawks get the puck back. Puck is punched to center ice by Teuvo Teravainen, but taken back by the Oilers, and they're in now. Emberson to Nurse between the circles. Spun it up the left wing boards to center ice. And here's Kasperi Kapanen into the Hawks zone, top of the left circle. Shoots, kicked out of there by Knight. Loose puck taken back by Emberson, a University of Wisconsin product at the right point. To Kapanen along the right sideboards. He put it in front of the net. Murphy reaching out and got the blade of his stick on the puck, knocking it away to the boards. And now Murphy will take it away and move it ahead. Oliver Moore at center ice. Crossing the Oiler line on the right wing. Cuts back across the zone to the left wing side. Spins it down the glass behind the net. Bertuzzi right wing corner. To Burakovsky back in the net. Burakovsky feeds the left point, but this pass eludes Wyatt Kaiser and slides down ice into the Hawk zone. Knight out to play the puck to the right wing boards for Artem Levshunov. He'll stick it out to center ice, and then he runs over Matt Savoie with a body check in front of the benches. Meanwhile, Bertuzzi deflects the puck down in behind the Oiler net. Played into the near corner. Former Hawk Alec Regula there. Passing it ahead. Here are the Oilers on the attack. Down the left wing side. A pass in front was turned away. That's off the stick of Spencer Stastny. And now the puck taken back by the Hawks. Bertuzzi, Hawk line right wing. Passing to center ice. Ryan Green to Levshunov over the line to Burakovsky, who got a shot away from the left circle and a stick save made by Ingram. The other way breaks Savoie through center ice. He's an Edmonton native. Put it in over the Hawk line. Matthias Janmark for the left circle fire. Turned out of there. Rebound and a shot. Turned away. Another shot. Stopped in front. Colton Dach with the puck. Tried to clear it out. Held in by the Oilers. A shot from the high slot by Trent Frederick goes wide. Evan Bouchard right point to Matthias Ekholm left point. Put the puck to the left wing corner. Nick Foligno ran one of the Oilers off the puck. Now he's got Trent Frederick, his former teammate in Boston, pinned to the left wing corner boards. And Artem Levshunov has a seat on top of former Hawk Matthias Janmark as the puck is passed around to the right point. Bouchard there. He'll spin it back in behind the net. Ekholm along the left board. Spins it behind the Hawk net. And they battle for it. The Oilers get the puck. Spun out to the line by Roslovic. A long shot by Bouchard. Blocked in front. Colton Dach wrestling at the Hawk blue line with Roslovic. Actually Lazar. And the puck spills to center ice. They get some pushing and shoving in front of the benches. Colton Dach and Matthias Janmark. The linesman there to tell him to cease and desist as the puck is now down in the Oilers zone beside the net. Evan Bouchard has it.
Well, that's something they were lacking without Colton Dach in the lineup. There's a little bit of toughness, and he's trying to supply it there. But the Blackhawks spending just a little too much time in their own zone. Spencer Knight has already made 4. Well, they've only credited Edmonton with 4 shots, but he's been 4 really good saves.
Here's Ilya Mikheyev into the Oilers zone, stopping at the right point, firing a shot that goes wide. Crevier right point fires a shot, stopped in front. Connor McDavid to the puck. Will circle his own net and race out now at the right wing side to center ice, front of the penalty boxes. Then in over the Hawk blue line to the half boards. Shoved off the puck by Mikheyev. Vlasic gave him a shoulder as well. Zach Hyman spins it away into the left wing corner. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins there, the first pick of the 2011 draft. Moves the puck to the left point. Darnell Nurse to Ty Emberson right point. Moves it down to the right wing boards to McDavid. McDavid now trying to get away from a check from Vlasic. Cannot. He gives the puck in the right wing corner to Nugent-Hopkins. Nugent-Hopkins leaving the puck along the boards for McDavid. Reaching in, Vlasic poke checks it away, but to the right point. Regula put it down to beside the net. Shot by Nugent-Hopkins toward the net, turned out by Knight. Oilers getting a lot of good chances here. Now Vlasic leaves the puck in behind the Hawk net where Knight got in the way of Alec Regula, who goes for a tumble. Hawks get the puck back. Vlasic to center ice. To McCabe. DeMore darting in over the Oiler line. Firing from the right circle. That's into the skate of Darnell Nurse, and the Oilers take the puck back.
It was Regula down at the other end who did a real good job spotting a wide open winger just off to the left of Spencer Knight. And as you mentioned, I've had 5 or 6 really good scoring opportunities for Edmonton, and we're only 5.5 minutes into this hockey game.
Now Spencer Stastny from in front of the benches tried to drive the puck down the left wing side into the Hawk zone. This deflects over the glass and out of play, and so we get a whistle stopping play. Shots on goal favoring Edmonton right now 5-3. 14:23 left in the first, no score.
And remember, tonight's coaches' challenges are sponsored by Northwestern Medicine, with 8 specialties ranked among the top 10 in the nation by U.S. News and World Report. The teams at Northwestern Medicine offer second opinions for the toughest conditions.
Draisaitl wins the draw at center ice. Here's Alec Regula. He dumps the puck down into the Hawk zone. A little too much air. Probably should have used a 2-iron. He shot that one up into the netting. Alec Regula, an interesting story, Steve. He came to the Blackhawks from the Detroit Red Wings. His dad was the team dentist for the Detroit Red Wings. I know you played for the Red Wings. I'm guessing you had some dental appointments with him?
I did, one of the few times. Chet Regula, the team dentist there, I think for 27 years. And I saw him this morning, and it brought back old memories. I was only in Detroit for about a year and a half, and Chet came up to me right away, and I said, "Sure, I remember you, Doc." And he is here, of course, on the father's trip, and his son has played well so far here tonight's hockey game.
He certainly has. Did the old man give you the old look like, okay, Steve, you're about due for cleaning here?
Yeah, he didn't go that far.
Podkolzin in the Hawks zone in the far corner, pushed off the puck by Connor Murphy. Hawks take control. At Grizzlick with a pass ahead for Ryan Green, who shot it ahead for Bertuzzi. That's center ice in front of the penalty box, taken away by the Oilers. Drive into the Hawks zone to the right circle, twists the backhander in front, and this goes wide. Podkolzin was on the other end. He was looking for a deflection. Wyatt Kaiser carrying out. Gave the puck to Ryan Green. He's met by Andrew Mangiapane at the Hawk blue line, but hands the puck off to Artem Leshinoff. Put it in over the line, Nick Lardis. Lardis to the right wing board. Swings it back to the deep slot. Regula there. To Lardis right circle. Pounds it on goal. Stick save made by Ingram. Oilers back the other way, led by Roslovic, a Miami of Ohio product. He'll hand the puck off, and Matt Savoie dumps it down the boards into the Hawk zone. Mangiapane takes it along the right boards. He is checked. Dominic Oliver Moore is able to spin it out to the line. Emberson kept it in right point. Moves it down, intended for Roslovic. He let the puck go to the right wing corner. And Leshinoff pokes it off his stick to the right point. Emberson again will fling it down behind the Hawk net. Around the puck goes into the far corner to Nick Lardis. Hands it ahead for Leshinoff. He'll lift it through the air and down into the Oilers zone. This will enable a line change for the Hawks.
And Artie Leshinoff's been really solid in this game so far. We saw the early defensive play, laying down, stopping the 2-on-1. That time, a nice one-time pass to Nick Lardis, who got a wicked shot off.
At the right point, Connor Murphy takes the puck to Grizzlick left point. Put it to the slot. That was for Oliver Moore. His stick was all tied up. The Oilers get the puck back. Nurse from the near corner. Passing it ahead. Here's Lazar lifting the puck up to center ice, and he hits the scoreboard. First time this season. 12:14 left in period number one. Hawks and Oilers, no score. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Jiffy Lube's quick, quality 15-minute oil change service will have your car ready before you know it. It's so fast, you'll find yourself saying, "Already ready?" Even now, after I just told you, you'll still be surprised at how fast and efficient it is. Plus, Jiffy Lube does more than just oil changes fast. They'll take care of the preventive maintenance your car needs to keep running smoothly, like free fluid top-offs, battery checks, and more. All in a jiffy. So come in today. You're practically already ready. Presented by Robinhood.
He crosses, spins, pulls up.
With Robinhood Prediction Markets, buy or sell your predictions all game long. No house odds, just you versus the market. Put your sports IQ to work. Trade every shot, block, steal, run, and moment that shifts the game. With Robinhood Prediction Markets, trade every play. Visit Robinhood.com/predict to start trading. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
Hey, hockey fans, it's Troy Murray. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing, the #1 premium composite decking brand, tough enough to handle anything. It looks like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industrial-leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at TimberTech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
Bob Surratt, weekday mornings at 6. Now let's get you back to the ice.
Hey, thanks, Judd. And the latest episode of the Blackhawks, always an original docuseries, is here. The episode explores the banner years and the Chicago Blackhawks' modern dynasty through the lens of the 7 players to raise all 3 cups in 2010, 2013, and 2015. You can watch all episodes at youtube.com/Blackhawks. And an excellent job by Corey Crawford narrating that wonderful series.
Really was. That's one of those kinds of shows you could watch again and again and again, you know, and each time you watch it, you pick up something else that you didn't notice the time before. Well, here's a draw circle to the right of Ingram. Curtis Lazar, who has been on both sides of the Oiler-Calgary Flame rivalry, I should say. Steve, I know you were part of that rivalry back in the day.
It's one of the most heated rivalries, I think, in the NHL. You know, people talk about the Rangers and the Islanders, and the Blackhawks and the Red Wings at the time, but boy, nothing like Calgary and Edmonton.
And behind the Oiler net, Ryan Donato spins the puck to the near boards, taken back by Kaiser, who fires from the left point. This ricochets wide. Janmark back through center ice over the Hawk blue line on the left wing where he met Artem Levshunov, lost the puck. Kaiser behind the net, spins it around up the left wing side. Colton Dock battling there with Janmark. And then Kaiser pushing Frederick off the puck there. Loose puck in the corner, taken back by the Oilers. Lazar fires from the right circle, and it looked like Knight got a piece of that with his shoulder, and it hit the glass and deflects up into the netting. So a whistle stopping play with 11:30 left in period number one.
I think the Blackhawks early in this game, John, are a little surprised by the speed of the Edmonton Oilers. And, of course, we all know Connor McDavid, maybe the fastest guy in the NHL, but this third line did a real good job getting pucks deep, getting on the body, and creating some turnovers. And right now the shots are 6-4, but I think the chances really skewed in favor of the Edmonton Oilers. They've done a good job inside of the Blackhawks blue line.
McCabe in the far corner, Hawks zone, falls down, but spins the puck behind the net to the near corner for Vlasic. He turned it over to the Oilers. Nugent Hopkins feeds it back to the right point to Bouchard, who shot it across off the left wing corner boards. And now McDavid's got the puck in behind the Hawk net. Rolls around to the left circle and backhands it through traffic. It goes wide. Nugent Hopkins sets up the line. Bouchard to Nugent Hopkins. One too many passes. Nugent Hopkins gave the puck away along the near boards to Louis Crevier. And the big Hawk defenseman will bank the puck off the boards into the Edmonton zone. And then Bouchard shot it out to center ice. We get a whistle on an offside. This will be called against the Hawks. Face-off comes to center ice. Dickinson was late clearing the zone.
Yeah, the thing about Connor McDavid is he doesn't need a lot of room. And if he can create just a little bit of space between you and the net, he's going to take advantage of it. And that's exactly what he did, skating behind the net. He had the half a step on his check. He checked his shoulder. He threw it to the front of the net. Unfortunately, couldn't make contact with either one of those guys. He's just a constant threat out there because of his speed and obviously because of his awareness.
Hawks get control off the draw. Grzelcyk firing it down the left wing, West behind the net. Came back around to Grzelcyk left corner. Spins the puck behind the net to Bertuzzi. Put the puck out to Murphy right point. He snaps it over to the left wing corner in the Oilers zone. Burakovsky pulls it free around to Murphy along the right boards to Bertuzzi right point again. Sends it back over left wing corner. Alec Regula tried to get it. Shoves the puck in behind the net. And it's spun around up the left wing side. Draisaitl claims it for the Oilers, breaking through center over the Hawk blue line. Tried to split the defense, but Matt Grzelcyk was wise to that, and he knocked the puck away to the near boards. But Podkolzin took it back in the right wing corner to Draisaitl in the left wing corner. Put it behind the net to Kapanen. To Draisaitl as they crisscross behind the net. Draisaitl sets up the right point, Emberson. Moves it left point to Nurse. Long shot from there, hits the inboards, ricochets out. And Grzelcyk tried to spin it up the left wing boards and out, held in by the Oilers. Podkolzin fires from the bottom of the right circle. Nice pad save made by Knight. And the puck cleared down ice by Andre Burakovsky. Hawks in need of a line change here. Draisaitl misplays the puck at the Hawk blue line. He's got to back up the center ice to get it and swing it back into the Oilers zone. Emberson's got it in the circle to the right of the goaltender.
The Draisaitl line's only been together for 5 games with Kapanen and Podkolzin. They've been very good.
Savoie breaks into the Hawk zone down the far side, put it across for Roslovic. His shot was turned away, and then Savoie fires from the high slot. That deflects over the net. Nick Lardis in the far corner. Slips the puck behind the Hawk net into the near corner. Grzelcyk will snap it through center ice and down into the Oilers zone. We're going to get icing here to the Hawks. This will bring the face-off back inside the Hawk zone. I'm not in total agreement with this call, but who am I? I'm not the linesman. Face-off circle to the right of Spencer Knight.
Yeah, not going to win that argument, John. And tonight's broadcast is sponsored by Flight by Yuengling. Crisp, refreshing, and only 95 calories. Flight, the next generation of light beer.
You see the speed of Oliver Moore factor in on that last rush by the Oilers into the Hawk zone. Roslovic, he set up Savoie with a real nice play, and if Oliver Moore's stick isn't there, that puck's in the net. Now Bouchard at the Hawk blue line, having trouble with the pass, fumbles it over the blue line to center ice. Took it back out to McDavid over the Hawk blue line. Had it poke checked away nicely by Grzelcyk. Now pass ahead for Mikheyev at the Oiler blue line, broken up by Matthias Ekholm. Hawks take the puck back in their end. Levshunov will twist it back in on Spencer Knight, who hands it off on the left wing side to Dickinson. He clears to center ice. Nugent Hopkins took it back for the Oilers. To Bouchard, Oiler line. To Matthias Ekholm down the left wing side into the Hawk zone. And he runs into a check from Landon Slaggert. The Hawks get the puck back. Jason Dickinson carrying to center ice on the right wing side. In front of the Oiler bench, carries in over the Oiler blue line. Backhands it down behind the net. Around it goes to the near side. And Zach Hyman, who missed the first 19 games of this season with the puck along the near boards, turned it over to Dickinson. Moves to the right wing corner. Crevier fires from there. Deflected wide by Ilya Mikheyev. Here's McDavid flying through center over the Hawk line right wing. Turns back into the high slot, and then his stick was defended. The puck comes free to center ice. And Matthias Janmark's got it there now at the Oiler blue line. Here's Janmark winding it up in over the Hawk blue line. Net with a poke check by Crevier. Then a check. Puck comes out in front. Frederick had trouble with it. Frederick chases it down along the left wing boards. Turns the puck over in the high slot to Colton Dock. Dock tried to muscle it out the center and does. They run into Regula and flip it down the boards behind the Oiler net. Ingram stopping it there, and Spencer Stastny clears the puck up into the protective netting and off the glass. So we get a whistle. 7:29 left in period number 1 here. Hawks and Oilers, no score. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
WGN Chicago is your radio home for the Hawks, the Cats, March Madness, and the Indy 500. On air and on smart devices worldwide.
Your heart. You'd never think to purposely stop it from pumping. I'm Tara. And when my team at Northwestern Medicine discovered a deadly malformation in my brain, my cardiologist and neurosurgeon said the only way to treat it was by stopping my heart. And that's exactly what they did. 12 times.
Anchored by Northwestern Memorial Hospital, nationally ranked for neurology and neurosurgery by U.S. News and World Report, Tara's unique condition required a unique team. Collaborating like never before, her team temporarily stopped Tara's blood flow, allowing the catheter to more easily travel through her veins to reach and obliterate the brain malformation.
Stopping my heart saved my life. You don't hear that every day.
Because what makes us better makes you better. Northwestern Medicine. Learn more at nm.org/better.
Cold weather and hockey season go together hand in hand, but your home isn't a hockey rink, and you want it to be the perfect temperature no matter the season. With Mitsubishi electric heating and air conditioning mini split systems, you get the ultimate comfort and efficiency every time, even in those difficult to heat places in your home. Their units are designed to deliver consistent comfort where you need it most. Check out Mitsubishi electric heating and cooling mini split systems today at getacomfyhome.com.
Hey, Chris Chelios here. It's time to break out the Bandito. El Bandito Yankee Tequila. So smooth, it's criminal. Break out the Bandito, baby.
Well, looking for the ultimate night out this season? Bring your squad to a Blackhawks game at the United Center for an experience you won't find anywhere else. Whether it's birthdays, office outings, family gatherings, or just a much-deserved night out, nothing beats the energy in the UC. Group ticket packages are available at blackhawks.com/groups.
Here's a draw circle to the left of Ingram. Hawks get control and then give it back. Oilers take possession. Nurse in the far corner. Snaps the puck behind the Edmonton net. Ty Emberson there. Played for Tony Granato in Wisconsin for a couple of years. Moves the puck out to Nurse. Then ahead to Kapanen. Through center ice in over the Hawk blue line. Stopping at the left point. He sticks it down behind the net. Draisaitl right corner. Put it out in front. What a save made by Spencer Knight on a point-blank shot by Kasperi Kapanen. Kapanen was wide open. And, Spencer Knight got the glove on this one and made the save, and he was able to recover the puck at the top of the crease.
Boy, he's been under siege this whole first period, literally 13 minutes in, and it was one-on-one. High danger chances now 8-2 in favor of the Edmonton Oilers. And, John, as you called it, Kapanen maybe should have hung on to it a little bit longer. He tried to fake the shot, cradled it, thought he had an open net, and that second effort from Spencer Knight prevented the goal.
In behind the Hawk net, Grzelcyk to the puck. Checked as he moves it up the left wing to Teravainen to Oliver Moore. Racing down the left wing toward the corner in the Oilers zone. Runs into Emberson, but pokes the puck behind the net. Teravainen there. Send it up the slot for Lardis off his stick. Lardis now takes it back along the left wing half board. To Grzelcyk left point, to Murphy right point. Spins the puck off the inboards. Moore grabs it there and tried to put it in front. Picked off by the Oilers, Draisaitl. Head to Podkolzin in over the Hawk blue line. Crisscrossing with Kapanen. Gave it to Draisaitl, right circle. Tried to angle it to the net with a backhander. Nice play by Lardis to turn his skate sideways to block that pass. Put the puck into the near corner. Teravainen sticks it behind the net. Connor Murphy frees himself from a check and moves the puck out to center ice. Teuvo Teravainen to the Oiler blue line. Stepping across, left point. Flings it down the boards behind the net. Puck rolls up the far side. Ilya Mikheyev hustling to try and get to it behind the net and knocks it free into the near corner. But McDavid picks up the puck for the Oil. And he's met right in front of the penalty boxes there with a solid hit by Landon Slaggert as Vlasic takes the loose puck and shot it down. Icing's going to be called here. Great effort there by Landon Slaggert, just negating the speed of McDavid.
Yeah, and he's getting an opportunity here, John. Of course, with Connor Bedard out of the lineup, Jeff Blashill had to move some people around. And Slaggert has been playing on that fourth line very well in the fourth line. Basically moves up to the second line with Dickinson and Mikheyev, and you're right. He really matched the speed of Connor McDavid stride for stride. Remember, Landon Slaggert had a chance early in this hockey game off of a Connor McDavid turnover that he almost scored on.
Here's McDavid back into the Hawk zone, fights off a check down the right wing, shovels the puck in front, and it's misplayed by Nugent Hopkins over the net. Mikheyev along the right side boards. Didn't see Ekholm coming. He knocks the puck to the left wing corner. Zach Hyman there. Will spin it behind the Hawk net up the near side. It's held in at the right point by McDavid. Crosses through to the deep slot. Hands it over. Right circle Bouchard. He closes in and fires. They score, but we may get goaltender interference here. Zach Hyman was tied up with Alex Vlasic in the crease, and the puck ricocheted off of Hyman into the Hawk net. Right now it's 1-0 Oilers, but we'll see if they review this.
I don't think he was interfering with the netminder, John. He was just standing in the blue paint. Now, you're allowed to stand in the blue paint as long as you're not interfering with the netminder. He was being tied up with Vlasic. This might go off the skate of Vlasic. This might be a Bouchard goal. He was trying to hit Hyman. He typically hangs around 5 feet around the net, but it ends up going off of Alex Vlasic's skate in. This should be a Bouchard goal, and the first goal of the game goes to the Edmonton Oilers.
So the goal at 14:41. We'll get the announcement here to make it official. Inside the Hawk zone, as the Hawks trail 1-0, Nick Foligno shovels the puck ahead to center ice, picked off by the Oilers. Alec Regula will drive it down the right side boards into the Hawk end. Round it goes to the far corner. Caught there by Foligno. He put the puck in behind the Hawk net. Lefshinoff hit by Mangiapane of the Oilers. Puck rides free now to Donato along the left boards. He'll hand it to Wyatt Kaiser, and he'll skate the puck through center. Over the Oiler blue line. Gave it to Donato left circle. Tough angle shot. Knocked away with the stick of Ingram. Loose puck to the left wing boards. Donato there again. Sweeps it behind the net around up the far side. Mangiapane inside the Oiler blue line. Goes rink wide with a pass. Roslovic in over the Hawk blue line. Roslovic now in the left circle. Takes a pass. Tried to get a shot away. Blocked. Donato the other way to center ice. Sends it off the left corner boards, Oilers zone. This bounces out to Emberson, who moves the puck across the rink. Nurse a stretch pass. Frederick over the Hawk line down the left wing. Fed it in front for Lazar. And a nice defensive play by Grizzly to break that up so Lardis could clear the puck to center ice. Oilers get the puck back, but then give it back. Grizzly passing to Moore. He's over the Oiler line, left point. Put it over to Lardis, top of the right circle. Sidesteps a check, moves in, and got a shot away. Not much on it. Ingram will plop on it to the left of the crease and hold on, and a whistle will stop play. It's the Oilers 1 and the Hawks no score with 3:55 left in period number 1. And this is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Finding health insurance can be so confusing. People need help. That's why I work for Get Covered Illinois.
We are the state's official health insurance marketplace.
And we're here to help. With thousands of brokers certified by the state and hundreds of trained insurance guides, what we call navigators, available in communities across Illinois.
All free.
At getcoveredillinois.gov, we're here to help.
Hi, this is Dave Musio, owner of Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric. When emergencies happen, who do you call? Broken pipe, power outage, furnace failure, no hot water? The answer is always the same. Call Four Seasons. We guarantee same-day service and installation on all heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical needs with no extra charge for nights, weekends, or holidays. That's why over 30,000 customers have given us a 5-star Google review.
For all the right reasons, call 866-4 Seasons.
After the end of a good fight, You deserve an ice-cold reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. You've earned this rich golden lager with a crisp, refreshing taste. Because you know, the bigger the fight, the better the reward. You put in the hours, the energy, the tough labor. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Hey, Blackhawks fans, it's Frank Nazar. We're back. Time for more Blackhawks hockey.
Hey, thanks, Frankie, and join us at the United Center on Saturday, January 17th, as we conclude the Banner Years chapter of our centennial season with our celebration night. We'll be welcoming back a celebrated group of alumni from our last dynasty as the Boston Bruins come to town. And that's not all. The first 8,000 fans will also receive an exclusive Duncan Keith bobblehead presented by United. Tickets are available now at blackhawks.com/tickets.
Ryan Green, 3 for 4 on draws, faces off with Trent Frederick of the Oilers. Frederick wins this one. The puck is cleared down ice into the Hawk zone by Ekholm. Wyatt Kaiser behind the net. Fends off a check, moves the puck around to Burakovsky. And now he'll wheel down in front of the Hawk net, then with steam through center ice. Burakovsky over the Oiler line, draws back and fires a shot. It goes wide. Kick save made. Now here's Bertuzzi, left circle. Put it over into the right circle intended for Burakovsky. But that pass deflected away, and the puck is cleared to center ice by Ekholm. And then Kaiser spins it back down into the Oiler end. The teams make line changes.
Well, aside from the first 2 chances the Blackhawks had 10 seconds into this hockey game, that was the best flourish and a real good shot there by Burakovsky. And, man, you picked to be a difference maker, and unfortunately just missed wide with that shot.
Here's Kapanen in the near corner Hawk zone. Actually, Podkolzin. He's checked, put the puck behind the net. Hawks get it back. McKay at the center ice. Carries in over the Oiler line. Right wing to Murphy. High slot. He shoots, and that deflects up into the protective netting. Murphy was actually angling into the left wing circle, and had he held on to the puck another second, he might have been able to jockey for better position, but opted to shoot, and unfortunately it didn't even get to the net.
Yeah, it was a good stick by Kapanen, who's been really good for these Edmonton Oilers. Remember, it was Sammy Kapanen who was picked up on waivers from the St. Louis Blues a little over a year ago, and Kapanen has paid instant dividends for these Washington, make that Edmonton Oilers. I mentioned earlier, plays on a line with Draisaitl and Podkolzin. They've got a lot of chemistry.
Martis put the puck back to the line. Grzelcyk a long shot, and that hit Kapanen, the aforementioned. Here's Oliver Moore in the left wing corner. Turns one way, then the other on Draisaitl. Gave it to Murphy, right circle. He fires, and that stopped by Ingram. Looked like it might have caught him in the headgear. Now hustling play by Moore in the left wing corner. Pokes the puck free, but Draisaitl took it away. Head to Podkolzin over the center ice circle. First pick of the Vancouver Canucks 2019. He turns the puck. Actually got it to Draisaitl, who turned it over. Oliver Moore now to the Oiler blue line. Hit by Nurse as he enters the zone. Put the puck down the boards. Teravainen got it there. Spins it to the slot. Podkolzin took it away. Put it to the corner to Bouchard, and he'll spin it in behind the Oiler net. Nurse in the far corner. Back to Bouchard behind the net. He'll hold it as the Oilers organize for their breakout. Bouchard then with a stretch pass up the right side. It hit Hyman, deflects in behind the Hawk net. Gravier now battling with Connor McDavid along the far boards. Dickinson turns and slots the puck to center ice. The Oilers take it back.
Think about Connor McDavid. Even when he doesn't have the puck, he makes you do things you don't want to do. He rushes you with his speed. He takes away your time and your space. And as a result, a lot of turnovers when number 97's on the ice.
Gravier behind the net, outnumbered by a couple of Oilers, put a dangerous pass in front, but Vlasic bails him out, clears it out of harm's way. Dickinson now a bank pass on the right wing to center ice to Slaggert. To Mikheyev over the Oiler line, left point. Got some room, put the puck down to the corner. And this is over the stick of Slaggert onto that of McDavid. To Ekholm, then to Bouchard over the center ice circle, then over the Hawk blue line where he's filled with a body check. Oh, and then McDavid came in with a backhand. Knight stops it with a chest. Nick Foligno the other way over the Oiler line. Right circle, put it across Donato. Left circle. He falls as he tries to deke and put it on goal, but he ends up putting the puck behind the net, right wing corner to Foligno. To Donato in the right wing corner. Fighting off of a check from Stastny. In to help out now is McDavid. He'll punch the puck in behind his net. Colton Dock finishing Alec Regula with a body check. Under a minute to play in the first. 1-0 is the score. Favor the Oilers. Al Hyman clears the puck to center. Here's McDavid one-on-one with Kaiser. In over the Hawk blue line on the right wing. McDavid turns to fire. Blocked in front by Donato. Hawks get it back. 25 seconds left in the frame.
Feel bad for Ryan Donato. He was all alone on that great setup from Nick Foligno. Unfortunately, I think he thought a little too much. He ended up stumbling, never got a shot off, and danger averted for the Oilers.
Here's Kaiser with a stretch pass up the right wing into the Oilers zone. Ryan Green's got it. Top of the left circle with 6. Green holding. Dishes to the deep slot. Classic fires. That hits the end boards and ricochets out, and the period will end. So the Oilers will take a 1-0 lead into the dressing rooms after 20 minutes. They've also outshot the Hawks 10-5 so far in the hockey game. Spencer Knight has had to come up big several times.
You know, maybe a little too many quality shots. And I said at one point, I think the high danger chances were 9-2 in favor of the Edmonton Oilers. I don't know what they ended up. I don't know, John, if we've mentioned it or not, but it is the father's trip again for the Edmonton Oilers. And I say again because the last time these Blackhawks played at home, it was against the Washington Capitals. It was their father's trip. And always seems to be a little more juice on the ice when a team has their dads or moms tailing along. You don't want to embarrass yourself. You want to put out a good product. And, boy, that was a real good first period for the Edmonton Oilers. We knew they were fast. I didn't realize they were 4 lines fast.
We sure are. I had an opportunity, by the way, to speak to several of the Oilers' fathers, Steve, and Glenn Wallman, the father of Jake Wallman. Jake is on IR right now, not available to play, but had a great conversation with him, met a few of the others, and you just love to take that kind of time in because it's so rare. Fathers don't get a chance to go with the boys as much, maybe once every couple of years. And they come to a great city like Chicago and a building like this. This is a real treat.
Never got an opportunity to do it with my dad, but I would have loved to have shown him exactly, what it was like to be in the NHL and what you go through on a day-to-day basis.
You see the stuff behind the scenes. Yeah, I think that's what you're referring to. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Had an opportunity to talk to Spencer Stasny's dad, who lived in Chicago for 3 years while Spencer played with the Chicago Mission. They're originally from Wisconsin, but they moved here while their son played for the Mission, and it was a good move. Spencer Stasny, former Nashville Predator, doing a real good job now for the Edmonton Oilers.
And if I'm not mistaken, he's also a Golden Domer.
He is.
Played at Notre Dame.
Golden Domer, and when he was with the Mission, his head coach, Anders Sorensen.
Nice. Yeah. He played for Jeff Jackson and Landon Slaggert's dad at Notre Dame.
Yeah, Andy Slaggert. And of course, Andy Slaggert now is a member of the Edmonton Oilers staff. He's a scout for them out in the Midwest.
She said it all kind of dovetails and works together here, right?
Well, 6 degrees of separation in hockey, and it's probably 2 degrees of separation in hockey.
Well, you mentioned the Oilers' speed. I think with the second period, we may really see it become a factor. One thing I've noticed about McDavid, if you don't have anybody on your team that can match his speed, he really creates that gap between the forwards and the defense.
He did on that goal. I just watched him at the blue line. He pulled away from his check. He had dished it off to Bouchard. I'm not too sure that Hyman actually touched that puck, but Bouchard put it towards Hyman. It ended up in the back of the net. But it was all because of what Connor McDavid was doing basically at the blue line.
Let's go downstairs and join our guest. It's Blackhawks defenseman Wyatt Kaiser. Kais, thanks for joining us. And we were just talking about the Oilers' speed. You have to face that. You have to deal with that. How much of a challenge is that?
A little hard on us, so just it's a challenge setting your gaps and really trying to shut those plays down and get it going the other way.
It's funny because you guys had a real good look first shift of the game, honestly, right in. It looked like whether it was Landon Slaggert or really Mikheyev was going to score a goal. What do you guys have to do to maybe play a little more inside of Edmonton's zone this next period?
I think we just got to close down the neutral zone a little bit. I think we're letting them build up their speed a little too much, and then even when they get in our D zone, it's a little bit too long. Whether that's shutting plays down, turning pucks over, breaking it out a little cleaner. I think that's all going to lead to us playing a little bit more offense.
Wyatt, when you first broke into the National Hockey League, I remember your first game. It was out in Arizona at the Arizona State rink. That's where you made your NHL debut. Since that time, how has your confidence grown in this league?
Yeah, it's definitely grown. Just a lot of just playing games, experience, those ups and downs, different situations, kind of learning your game, what you kind of can go through, different players. So, yeah, it's just all kind of experience, and your confidence slowly grows. So, no, it's been good.
Well, thanks for joining us here in the intermission, man. Go get some fluids and go get them in the second period.
Yep, thanks for having me.
We appreciate it very much. Wyatt Kaiser, our guest after one period. It's the Oilers 1 and the Hawks no score here at the United Center. And Charlie Roumeliotis is standing by to give you good folks a full intermission. intermission report. That'll be followed by second period action. Good one so far. 1-0 Oil after 20. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
The action is heating up. The NFL playoff race is in full swing. College Bowl season is here. And there's never been a better moment to jump into the action with Circa Sports Illinois. Circa delivers high limits, low holds, and unmatched customer service. Built for people who want to win big. From NBA and NHL action to college bowls and the NFL playoff push, Circa Sports has you covered. Don't wait. Download the Circa Sports Illinois app today at circasports.com.
Hey, Jeremy Roenick here. I played in an era that was tough, gritty, old school. But I got major respect for the next generation of hockey. The speed, the skill, the precision. That's what I see in Flight by Yuengling. It's brewed by the oldest brewery in America, but built for today. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, clean, crisp, real beer flavor without the heaviness. This is the light beer that keeps up with the modern game. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. DG Yuengling and Son, Pottsville, PA.
When injuries slow you down, you need a team that knows how to get you back in the game. At Illinois Bone and Joint Institute, their highly trained professionals work together to deliver empathetic, timely, and efficient patient care so you can move better, live better. And if an injury happens after hours, they've got you covered with IBJI Ortho Access beyond their regular clinic hours. Illinois Bone and Joint Institute. Learn more at IBJI.com. That's IBJI.com.
Chicago hockey fans love a good power play. And when it comes to selling your house, you want a team you can trust.
That's why Jeff Buys Your House is your winning play. No repairs, no commissions, and you pick the closing date.
That's like skating on a clean sheet of ice, fast and smooth.
We're a local, veteran-owned company that's been helping Chicagoland homeowners since 2007.
Make the smart move and go for the win. Visit JeffBuysYourHouse.com for your no-obligation offer today.
For more than 90 years, the International Union of Operating Engineers Local 150 has worked hard to provide a better life and safer workplaces for the men and women who work in the construction industry across the Midwest. Our 23,000 members operate heavy construction equipment, and Local 150 takes pride in providing world-class skill training to support a professional construction workforce. Learn more about how to join Local 150 at local150.org. And never forget, united we stand, divided we fall.
The professionals at Plumbers 911 Chicago are ready to answer your call. They'll get your plumbing job done right the first time. Their phones are open 24/7, 1-833-PLUM-911. Time for a break. It's intermission time.
That's a wrap. That's a wrap.
Here's Charlie Remiliotis with your intermission update.
20 minutes is in the books here at the United Center, and the Blackhawks trail the Edmonton Oilers 1-0 through one period of play. Shots on goal 10-5, also in favor of Edmonton. Time now to check out the odds according to Circa Sports Illinois. The first period over was set at 1.5, and the under was the underdog at plus 120, and it ended up cashing out. Circa Sports Illinois. Every time the Blackhawks win this season, someone will win a 2-night stay at Circa Resort and Casino, and another 100 people will get an $100 credit on the Circa app. See the Blackhawks contest page for details. Let's get to some scores around the NHL. 8 other games on the docket, and a majority of them are currently going on. So let's start in Buffalo, where the Sabres are hosting the back-to-back defending Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers, and it's Florida up 3-2 midway through the third period. No Brad Marchand for the Florida Panthers. He's out for the third straight game after he was injured last Tuesday. And Matthew Tkachuk is still not ready to return to the lineup, so he did not play. So we'll see if the Florida Panthers can close things out over in Buffalo. The Red Wings are up 3-0 on the Carolina Hurricanes with the third period just starting. Alex DeBrincat has a goal and an assist in the contest for Detroit. He now has 4 goals in his last 6 games after going 7 straight without a goal. The Seattle Kraken are also up 3-2 on the New York Rangers late in the third. The Rangers are coming off a game on Saturday where they're allowed 10 goals to the Boston Bruins. The Tampa Bay Lightning are cruising past Philadelphia right now, 4-1 midway through the third period. Nikita Kucherov has an assist in the game to extend his point streak to 10 games, as the Lightning are looking to extend their winning streak to 10 games as well. The Vancouver Canucks and Montreal Canadiens are squaring off over at the Bell Center in Montreal, and it's a tie score of 3-3 through 2 periods. Alexander Carrier has 2 of the 3 goals for Montreal. And then the New Jersey Devils are currently up 1-0 on the Minnesota Wild in the second period. Dawson Mercer has the lone goal in that game. 2 late ones tonight. 9 o'clock puck drops. The Colorado Avalanche are hosting the Toronto Maple Leafs. Later tonight, Colorado has 0 regulation losses this season. They are 19-0-2 at home this season. The Toronto Maple Leafs are 7-0-2 in their last 9 games. So 2 hot teams between Toronto and Colorado. And then the LA Kings are hosting the Dallas Stars later tonight. And then finally, some bit of NHL news from earlier today. Columbus Blue Jackets earlier this afternoon announced that Dean Evison is out as head coach after 1.5 seasons with the team. He's replaced by veteran Rick Bowness. So a big change over in Columbus. Meanwhile, here at the UC, the Hawks are down 1-0 to the Oilers. We'll take a quick break and break down the first period next. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
WGN Radio News at the top and bottom of the hour.
WGN. Hey, Chicago Blackhawks fans! I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, a win isn't a win without the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy.
Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hockey fans, I'm Frank Cerrone, President and CEO of Pan American Bank and Trust. If you're a business owner in the Chicagoland area, you already know average doesn't cut it. You need a bank partner who moves fast, understands your needs, and delivers the capital and ideas to power your next big play. That's exactly what we do. We're Chicago's premier bank for ambitious entrepreneurs. Don't just bank, partner with Pan American Bank. Let's build something great together. Pan American Bank, Chicago's bank for ambitious entrepreneurs.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Remember that smell of the sauce simmering on the stove all day? The laughter, the stories, the family gathered around the table. You can bring back that feeling with Marconi imported Italian tomatoes. These aren't just any tomatoes. They're grown, picked, and packed in the San Marzano region of Italy. Rich, sweet, full of flavor. The perfect base for your homemade sauce and soups. Next time you're at the store, look for Marconi, because the best conversations start in the kitchen, and the best meals start with Marconi. And don't forget the Giardinera.
Hey, Blackhawks fans, here's a club you'll want to get into. Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app now and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up.
First intermission here at the United Center between the Blackhawks and Oilers, and it's a 1-0 score in favor of Edmonton through 1 period of play. If you're joining us late, no Connor Bedard in this game for the Blackhawks. He was a late scratch after he was the latest victim to go down with the stomach bug that has ripped through Chicago's locker room over the weekend. So he is unfortunately not playing in this game, and the Hawks are really missing his presence because the ice was certainly tilted in Edmonton's favor in that first period. The shots on goal are 19-14, shot attempts are 19-14 Edmonton, shots on goal 10-5. When you break those down into scoring chances, the chances were 17-8 in favor of the Oilers, 11-2 in high danger chances. So that was a really strong period by the Edmonton Oilers. The Hawks did have an early look in the opening shift of the game when Landon Slaggert and Ilya Mikheyev had back-to-back shots within a second of each other. 29 seconds into the game, Connor Ingram came up with a big save. And so that was probably the best 2 chances that the Blackhawks got in that first period. Unfortunately, they were not able to capitalize. The Oilers' goal was given to Zach Hyman. I thought they were going to change it to Evan Bouchard because I thought it went off of Alex Vlasic's skate, but I was able to look at the slow motion replay, and Zach Hyman put his stick underneath or kind of between the legs of Alex Vlasic, and it did indeed go off of Zach Hyman's stick. So he will stay as the player that has scored the goal. Connor McDavid picked up a secondary assist on the goal to extend his personal best point streak now to 19 games. He now has 43 points 19 goals and 24 assists over those 19 games. So he has just had a sensational tear over the last month or two for the Edmonton Oilers. And then the one encouraging part about that first period was that there were no penalties for the Blackhawks. That is certainly going to be an area of focus for Chicago in this game, to be very disciplined against an elite power play in the Edmonton Oilers that are led by McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. Here at the United Center, the Blackhawks trail the Oilers 1-0 through one period. We got second period action coming up next. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
With America's best lineup of hybrids from Hyundai, you get the best of both worlds, like the reliable and efficient Tucson Hybrid, backed by America's best warranty. The Hyundai Tucson Hybrid. It's the best of both worlds.
Right now, for a limited time, lease the Hyundai Tucson for $249 a month or get 0.99% APR on the Tucson or Tucson Hybrid. Offers end February 2nd. Call 224-661-0068 for details.
Give people a place to gather and make fire the focal point of your home again. With a majestic fireplace or insert, you'll enjoy the warmth and ambiance of fire with contemporary style and the latest technology. Whether you're looking for wood, electric, or gas, indoors or out, Majestic offers a broad range of sizes and styles. Visit their showroom on Bowes Road in Elgin or call for a free estimate. 847-741-5903. 847-741-5903. House of Fireplaces, giving you a warm feeling since 1953.
There are plenty of reasons to watch what you eat. This is John Williams, and honestly, I'm not looking to lose weight, although that's a great goal too. I just want convenient, affordable, delicious food that manages my sodium and doesn't require a lot of prep. I dine alone sometimes, and Seattle Sutton is my companion. They've updated their website, so now I pick the menus I want. You can too. For lunch, how does broccoli cheddar soup sound? Chicken and dumplings? A garden tamale bowl? For dinner, raspberry salmon salad or sweet and sour chicken. Pick it up or have it delivered. It's no prep, prepared, fresh, healthy, yummy food, priced affordably and easy to click online. With meals starting at just under $8 a day, dinners cost $8 to just $17. Call 1-800-442-3438. 1-800-442-3438. It's okay to shop when you're hungry at SeattleSutton.com. That's what I'm clicking on because the food is good and it's good for me. 1-800-442-3438 or click on SeattleSutton.com.
For breaking legal news on the hottest issues, tune into Legal Face-Off on WGNradio.com, hosted by Rich Lenkoff and Tina Martini, and brought to you by McCorkle Litigation Services.
Up next, the second period. Here's Charlie Roumeliotis with your recap.
Back here at the United Center, the Blackhawks and Oilers have hit the ice for the start of the second period. Just going through some final numbers of that first period. Hawks were really good in the face-off circle. They won 10 of 15 draws, led by Jason Dickinson, who won all 4 of his, mostly against Leon Draisaitl, who lost 6 of 7 in that first period. And then Artem Levshunov was credited with 4 hits in the first period for the Blackhawks. The Hawks as a team had 9, so Levshunov had 4 of the 9 for Chicago. What's on Deck is sponsored by TimberTech Decking and Railing, #1 in premium decking. Order free samples at timbertech.com. As we go back to John and Steve for the start of the second.
So, Charlie, did somebody say something in Belarusian to Artem Levshunov about his mom?
They must have gotten really upset at something because he's throwing his body around in that first period.
I was going to say, that'd be enough to get me a little agitated. All right. We'll keep an eye on things. Thank you, Charlie.
Thank you.
Second period about to be underway here. Face off at center ice. Jason Dickinson. Charlie was talking about the draws. He was 4 for 4 in period number 1. He'll face off against Connor McDavid. Make it 5 for 5. Hawks get control. Classic Hawk blue line to Slaggert in front of the benches. He falls down as he tried to shovel the puck into the Edmonton zone. McDavid took the puck into the Hawk zone. Gave it to Bouchard down the slot. Put it over, and a shot from Nugent Hopkins from the right circle. Turned away. The rebound, they score. Now, from behind the Hawk net, a few feet below the goal line to the left of the net, Evan Bouchard looked like he was trying to center the puck. And I believe this deflected off of a Hawk and then off of Spencer Knight and back into the net.
It was just really good rotation by Bouchard, who started the play, jumped in from the blue line, dished it off to Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, then just went to the net. And Spencer Knight made a save originally, but that centering attempt by Bouchard, as you mentioned, John, off of both skates of Spencer Knight. It had his left boot, his right boot, and then it went in the net. So a fortunate goal for Edmonton, an unfortunate break for Spencer Knight and the Blackhawks. And just 18 seconds into the second period, they lead at 2-0.
So it's Evan Bouchard who has an assist in this game. He now has an assist and a goal. 2-0 Edmonton as we rejoin the play. Oliver Moore racing into the Oilers zone, left wing side, drops it back to the point for Lardis. A one-time snapshot, breaks his stick. Oilers back into the Hawk zone. Nugent Hopkins fires from the high slot, and the glove save is made by Spencer Knight. Whistle stopping play. Got to be a helpless feeling, Steve. I know you played defense in the NHL for 15 years, and when you leaned on a shot and your stick broke in half and the puck is right there, you got to feel kind of defenseless at that moment.
Well, especially when you have Connor McDavid, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, and Zach Hyman coming the other way, and it kind of turned into a 2-on-1 really quickly. And when that stick broke, John, the blade probably went 25 feet up in the air. There was a hang time of about 5 seconds before it came back to the ice, but that's a good save by Spencer Knight, and it was a good save because Zach Hyman was on the doorstep waiting for the rebound.
Now Bertuzzi at center ice on the left wing, goes rink wide with a pass for Ryan Green, but it's knocked off his stick. Puck ends up back in the Hawk zone. Grizzly in a lead pass up the left wing for Bertuzzi. A little handoff to Burakovsky. He'll spin it down behind the Oiler net. And Ingram out to play it away at the near side. This is Draisaitl carrying back into the near corner Oiler zone. Shot it ahead for Darnell Nurse. Puck turned over in front. Here's Burakovsky firing, and Ingram got down in front of the shot in the butterfly position and knocked it wide.
Yeah. Connor Ingram has been really good in this hockey game. Now, he hasn't been tested a lot. That's just the sixth shot. But to start this game, literally 20 seconds in, made two really good stops off of Slaggert, Burakovsky, and that time, Mark Burakovsky again. I think that earlier it was Slaggert and Mikheyev. But that time, Andre Burakovsky all alone in an outstanding stop by Ingram.
Murphy outlets to Donato at center ice on the right wing. He'll flip the puck across to the left wing corner Oilers zone where Colton Dock runs Alec Regula into the corner boards. Now Regula snaps the puck ahead to center ice to Roslovic. He'll spin it back into the Oilers zone. And Stastny sends it over to Regula. He'll spin it ahead into the Hawk end, missing all of his teammates. Icing is the call. Faceoff comes down in the Oilers zone. This will be in the circle to Ingram's right.
Should mention Ingram, and it's a great story. And John, I know you know it. He was a third-round pick of the Tampa Bay Lightning. Never played there, but did play in Nashville and Arizona. But he spent a year away from hockey, trying to get well. And he realized that he had some demons. There was some issues going on, and he went through the National Hockey League's Players Assistance Program, and he's been very open about it. He suffered from OCD, some depression, and he sought the help. He got it, and boy, he came back a better person. And like this.
Now there's Roslovic down the right wing into the Hawk zone. He one-hands the puck in on goal, and Knight turned it away with a stick. Then in front, Roslovic with another chance. Shot it just wide. Wyatt Kaiser came out with the puck, and he'll skate it ahead to center ice. Kaiser on the right wing side, shoveling the puck into the Oilers zone. Taken away by Stastny, who clears to center ice. Levshunov turned it over. Janmark down the left wing, Hawk in. Pulls up in the circle. Tried to center. This trickles into the crease, and it's gloved off the ice there by Spencer Knight. He'll hold on. We get a whistle stopping play. Going back to Connor Ingram, I would think that, and he and Spencer Knight went through what I believe are similar kinds of afflictions, if you will. Once a guy gets past that, they get to a point where they're kind of at peace with themselves. They begin to help others who have the similar kinds of situations dealing with in their life.
Well, I think with athletes, especially with male athletes, it's like, I got to get through this myself. And Connor realized, and as did Spencer Knight, that they can't do it themselves, and they sought help, and they both recovered and are better people for it. I think that's what we should point out. Yeah. For shortly after that, with the Nashville Predators, Connor Ingram made the All-Star team.
Now the puck turned over again in the Hawk zone. Trent Redrick firing from short range, turned out of there. Here's Ekholm firing for the left wing boards. Stopped by Knight. Loose puck in the crease is battled for by a host of hockey players, including Lazar of the Oilers, who got a shot away and tried to get to his rebound. Spencer Knight just laid down, stacked the pads, and shut the door. And Spencer's a little slow to get up off the ice.
Well, I don't blame him. He's absolutely getting no help whatsoever from the five guys in front of him. It's really a shooting gallery. 16 shots now by the Edmonton Oilers. We're just barely 3 minutes into this second period, and it has been just a firing barrage by Edmonton, getting pucks to the net, getting rebounds. second and third opportunities. That puck was still loose when the referee blew the whistle, so they were very fortunate. But a fantastic save off of the stick of Lazar right on the doorstep.
Now Knight again deflects a shot from the right point over to the near corner in the Hawk end, but the Oilers get it back. Evan Bouchard in the slot will fire. It goes wide. Green takes the rebound off the end boards. Put a pass up the right wing. Here's Dickinson through center ice over the Oiler blue line. Spun it away, left point. Mikheyev tried to center, picked off by the Oilers. Now Nugent Hopkins at center ice on the left wing. Tried to lift the puck into the Hawk zone. That hit a leg of one of the Hawks, and the puck tumbles back. And Nugent Hopkins directs it back to Bouchard in the Oilers zone. Made a pass up the left wing side for Hyman. This misses as he was checked by Louis Crevier. But back in the Hawk zone, McCabe in the far corner. Put a pass up the left wing, Dickinson. Shot it across the rink. Crevier had to outfight Connor McDavid for that puck right at the Hawk blue line. And push it to center ice. The Oilers get it back. Darnell Nurse will turn and wind it back down the boards behind the Hawk net. As he eludes Spencer Knight for a moment. Vlasic to the puck. Gave it right up the left wing side. Now Vlasic has to get to the puck again in the corner and stabs it behind the net to Crevier along the near boards. He made an outlet pass up the right wing for Landon Slaggert, but this is off his stick into the Oilers zone. Hawks go for a line change as the Oilers get the puck back.
Funny, we talked to Wyatt Kaiser, John. He talked about slowing the Edmonton Oilers down through the neutral ice area. That's exactly what Oliver Moore just did. But Edmonton's just attacking with too much speed. And when you attack with speed, you push the defense back, and that's when you get the second and third opportunities.
Speaking of Oliver Moore, back in a back-checking mode, breaks up a rush, spun the puck away, but Nick Lardis put it back down behind the Hawk net. Way goes into the near corner, Draisaitl there. Put it into the high slot. A long wrist shot from there by Stastny. Punched out with a blocker save by Knight. In behind the net, Kapanen to Stastny high slot to Nurse left point. Long shot, and that hits Podkolzin in front of the net. Podkolzin recovers the puck. Put it out to the line. Spencer Stastny, who came over in a trade with Nashville. He navigates to the far side of the rink, and then Oliver Moore pokes the puck off his stick. Kapanen took it away and then gave it away to Vlasic between the circles. To Murphy, center ice on the right wing, and he'll dump it down the boards behind the Oiler net. The Hawks trying to get a line change.
Well, Spencer, watch this.
Puck turned over in front. Here's Colton Duck with a shot and a blocker save made by Ingram. Now back to center ice. Puck taken away by Foligno. He'll stick it off the left side boards and in behind the Oiler net. Ingram stopping it there for Spencer Stastny. He sticks a pass up the left wing side to center ice. Savoie's got it in over the Hawk line, left wing side to Roslovic. He'll fire from the left circle. Blocker save made by Knight. Regula let it rip from the right point. That missed the net. Banks out up the right wing side to Mikheyev. He'll clear to center ice in front of the benches. Donato pumps it down the boards in behind the Oiler net. Ingram out to stop the puck in behind. And Ekholm there with a pass ahead. Frederick over the Hawk line left wing. Tried to feed it ahead for Janmark in front. Wyatt Kaiser broke that up. Takes the puck back. And put it up the right wing for Andre Burakovsky, but the puck is off his stick. Oilers get it back in their end and clear their end. Then Frederick at the Hawk blue line. Got it across to Janmark over the Hawk line down the left wing. Put the puck to the corner, Curtis Lazar. To Frederick back in the net. Put it out to the right point. Bouchard fires. That deflects in behind. Kaiser now in the far corner. Put the puck up the boards. Picked off by Bouchard, then taken back by Bertuzzi to Green. He turned it over. And now finally Wyatt Kaiser will grab a loose puck and lead a 3-on-2 rush to center ice. Over the Oiler blue line, you heard that whistle cut the air. The Hawks are offside at the Oiler line. 13:22 remains in the second. It's 2-0 Oil. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
What do the Blackhawks and United Airlines have in common? The next generation has arrived, and the future looks bright. New planes are joining the United Airlines fleet every week, decked out with Bluetooth connectivity, screens and power at every seat, and bigger overhead bins to fit everyone's carry-on. Book your next trip on the United app or United.com today. United Airlines, proud to be the official airline of the Chicago Blackhawks.
In 2026, make a resolution to better care for yourself and those you love. At Rogers & Holland's Family Jewelers, the Year of You sales event means great deals on jewelry and watches for milestone moments. Make this the year you choose what matters with Rogers & Holland's. Celebrate the Year of You in stores and online at fornowandforever.com. That's fornowandforever.com.
Rogers and Holland, for now and forever.
Traffic is stressful, but buying your next car shouldn't be. At Motorworks in Barrington, you'll find 6 iconic brands in one convenient location. And with their one and only process, you'll work with one person, spend about 1 hour, and get one transparent price. So you can spend less time buying and more time driving. Discover car buying done differently at Motorworks in Barrington, at the corner of Barrington and Dundee Roads.
Motorworks.com.
Hey, it's Connor Murphy. We're back. Time for more Blackhawks hockey.
Thanks, Murph. And the Blackhawks have another Friday night hockey game coming up. Join us on Friday, January 23rd at 7 p.m. when the Tampa Bay Lightning come to town. The first 2,000 fans in attendance will receive an exclusive Modelo Blackhawks hat. See the black alternate jerseys in action again and secure your spot today at blackhawks.com/tickets.
Well, Connor McDavid came into this game tonight tied with Nathan McKinnon for the points lead in the National Hockey League, and now Connor McDavid has that distinction all by himself with 2 assists here tonight. The game between the Colorado Avalanche and Toronto Maple Leafs set to start at 10 p.m. Eastern Time out at Ball Arena in Colorado. Here's Dickinson, left circle. Oilers zone to Vlasic on the line. Pumps one in on goal. Ingram turned it wide with a blocker. Bouchard, a lead pass up the right wing side for Hyman. Hit right at the Hawk blue line. Puck deflects behind the net. Crevier got it there. Pounds it around up the right wing. Mikheyev at center ice to Dickinson. Tried to give it a slaggert down to the left wing corner in the Oilers zone. But the Oilers, Emberson broke that up, and the Oilers now clear their end. Nugent Hopkins from the left wing side of center ice in front of the penalty boxes will drop the puck down behind the Hawk net. Kaiser moves it over to Levshinoff, moving to center ice to Burakovsky and over the Oiler line to Moore along the right board, turns and fires, and a butterfly save made by Ingram. Kaiser pinching from the left point to the corner, kept the puck alive, put it down behind the Oiler net, stripped away by Nick Lardis to the right circle. He'll fire, and a butterfly save again made by Connor Ingram. And he'll hold the puck. We'll get a face-off from the circle to his left. 2-0 Edmonton Oilers.
Yeah, Connor Ingram, pretty good size too, John. Netminder, who's 6'2", mentioned originally drafted by the Tampa Bay Lightning. And, the thing you notice about him is he's got very, and I've said it about a number of goaltenders, quiet feet, but he really does not move much. There's an economy of movement there. He doesn't get rattled, and he's done a real good job tonight, especially covering rebounds. When he gets into trouble, rebound control's an issue, but tonight that's certainly not an issue with Mr. Ingram.
Here's Kaiser now taking a loose puck into the Edmonton zone on the right wing side. And then he pokes it down behind the net. Emberson of the Oilers to Draisaitl next to his net. Passing out to Podkolzin at center ice. To Emberson over the Hawk line right point. Put it down to Podkolzin along the right wing half boards. Leaving it there. Podkolzin put it back out to the right point. Emberson to Nurse left point. Long shot from there. Deflects wide. Draisaitl in the right wing corner. Battling with the Hawks' Ryan Green. Leaving the puck for Kapanen. Carrying up the board. Sets up the high slot to Stastny. He fires. Butterfly save made by Knight. Kaiser decides to take pressure off the Hawk zone. And he shot the puck up into the Edmonton bench. We get a whistle stopping play. We'll get a face-off in the Hawk zone again.
Well, these Edmonton Oilers, after tonight, will head to the music capital of the United States. Some people think Nashville. And, of course, the Washington Capitals, after the Father's trip here, went down to Nashville. They lost that next game. Of course, the Blackhawks beat Nashville on one night, and the next night they played Washington, lost to them. I mentioned the dads being in attendance. Chris Knobloch went out of his way to say that, during a season, it's a long year, 82 games.
Yeah.
It's hard to find energy sometimes, but he says whenever the dads are on the trip or the moms or whatever the mentors are, he said it just brings a little juice to the game. So he was very thankful to have all the dads in tow this morning.
It's understandable. I know that I'd give my best effort if my mom or dad were watching me. I'd do everything I could to not embarrass myself or the family.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd be more worried about embarrassing the family. Here's Vergula into the Hawk zone, top of the right circle, firing a shot, kicked out by Knight. Nick Foligno to the puck. He'll one-handed out to center ice. Taken back by Stastny. Put it over in front of the benches. Doc runs into his man. Hawks get the puck. Donato to Foligno. Over the Oiler line, down the right wing to the corner. One hands it behind the net, left wing corner to Colton Dock, who turns off a check from Roslovic. Put the puck behind the net. Donato to Doc beside the net. Tried to jam it in the short side and did. And a glove save is made by Connor Ingram. And he'll hold on. It's time now for the Four Seasons Face-Off. Your trusted local experts for heating, air conditioning, plumbing, electric, and generators.
Cole Doc's had a couple of good looks in this hockey game. Maybe a couple of good looks in this second period. And just off to the side of the net, he just fought for a puck. He was surrounded by 3 white jerseys, but he just kept digging for it. Eventually got it to his backhand, took the shot on net. Not an overly hard backhand, and a glove save for Connor Ingram, but one of the few chances the Blackhawks have had halfway through this game with 11 shots.
Face off to Ingram's right. Oliver Moore facing off against Curtis Lazar. Hawks get possession. Moore along the left wing boards. Leaving it for Burakovsky to Lardis, high slot to Levshinoff right point. Top of the right circle now, fires, and it's turned out of there with a glove save by Ingram. Kaiser from the left point now. Moving down the boards toward the corner, carrying behind the Oiler net, passing to the right wing side. Burakovsky put it in front. This is through the wickets of Lardis, taken back by Moore to Kaiser in the slot. Turns and fires. Looked like a shoulder save made by Lazar. We're going to get our first penalty of the game, a slashing call. And the Hawks are going to go to the Citco power play. Score savings on every fill-up with Club Citco. Download the app now to start saving.
Yeah, the best shift of the game by the Blackhawks, and it's the third line. And we'll listen to the call. Should be a slash. And the referee's microphone is not working, so that was a big slash on the stick. And I'm not too sure whose stick he broke. It might have been, no, it doesn't really matter. It was Ekholm who took the penalty. Yeah. So the Blackhawks, the Red Hot power play, gets an opportunity to get this team back in a hockey game. Keep in mind the Blackhawks power play over the last little while. Not bad. 5 goals on 11 chances. That's over the last 3 games. That's a little over 45%, but that was Ekholm on Burakovsky's stick. Now, Charlie Romiliotis pointed something out minutes ago. It's very important. Teuvo Teravainen has not been seen in that second period. He's typically on that line with Moore and Lardis. That was Burakovsky who got his stick broken, so Blackhawks with the man advantage.
Well, nice keep in for a moment by Levshinoff at the left point, but he's now bothered by Roslovic, actually Lazar of the Oilers, and he'll fling the puck down ice. In behind the net, Ryan Donato picks up the puck and races to center ice. Over the Oiler line, dumping the puck to the right wing corner to himself. He backhands it in front of the net. Caught in the skates of Nugent Hopkins, who then clears it down ice into the Hawk zone. Spencer Knight way out of the Hawk net. Got the puck in front of McDavid, and then the puck hit the referee. McDavid grabs it, moves it into the left wing corner for Nugent Hopkins. He's given a bump by Levshinoff, and the puck comes free. Levshinoff's got it. Over to Burakovsky, far corner. Pass up the right wing. Colton Dock at center ice. Dock put it to the Oiler line. Donato will stick it down the boards behind the Oiler net. Left wing corner, Bertuzzi. Whips it out to the left point to Burakovsky to Dock high slot. To Burakovsky again, left point. He moves into the left circle, put it in front for Bertuzzi. Tried to jam it on goal and did. Ingram slots it out of there, however. Here's a shot from Levshinoff from the high slot. Blocked at the defense of Emberson. Donato to Levshinoff. High slot again. Falls down, put it to Donato along the right wing boards. He tried to return it back to Levshinoff. Now Doc fights for possession. Got it back from the slot. He'll fire. Blocker save made. Bertuzzi on the doorstep couldn't fire it home. Emberson with the puck behind the Oiler net. Put it up the slot. Levshinoff there. Moves and shoots. He at the post. Moves puck to the right wing boards. Donato's got it there. Hawks change up one of their men. That's Ryan Green. Bertuzzi beside the net. To Green in front, and he fires one wide. Here's Bertuzzi with a puck in the left wing corner. To Burakovsky along the left wing boards. 14 seconds on the power play. Burakovsky now holding the puck with 10. Burakovsky left circle. To Bertuzzi beside the net. To Burakovsky to Green left circle. Levshinoff high slot to Donato. Right circle. Fires a shot. Blocked. Bertuzzi got it back in front to Green. He fires and a pad save made. Oilers come to full strength. Now along the far boards. Puck held in by Burakovsky to Green high slot. To Donato. Right circle. Fires. Butterfly save made. Loose puck in the slot. Picked off by Janmark, and he'll race out of the Oilers zone to center ice. He's over the Hawk line. Janmark against the right wing boards. Hits the trailer. McDavid got some room in the slot. Gave it down to Nurse in the left wing corner. To McDavid, top of the left wing circle. He sends it over right circle to Draisaitl. Leaving it there along the half boards for McDavid to Draisaitl to Regula high slot. To Nurse in the left wing circle. Centered across right circle, McDavid. He'll break through the high slot with the puck, leave it for Nurse. Hard wrist shot. Pad save made by Knight with the pads. Nurse again, left point. To Regula, right point. Closing into the right circle. Tough angle shot. Chest save made by Knight. Puck comes through in the right wing corner. Vlasic got hold of it. Put it up the left wing side, Green. To Bertuzzi between the circles, and he'll clear it softly off the boards down into the Oilers zone. This will allow the Hawks a much-needed line change.
Yeah, furious action both ways. And on the power play, boy, the Blackhawks had 3 or 4 glorious opportunities. Ingram, some really big stops, and Levshunov hit the outside of the post.
Here's Ekholm down the left wing Hawk zone. Jams one into the crease. Stick save made by Spencer Knight. Wyatt Kaiser behind the net. Spins it around at the left wing side. Mikheyev deflects it to Slaggert center ice. Tried to get it to Dickinson coming by. McDavid took the puck away, turned it over in front of the benches. Kaiser shot the puck to the Oiler blue line. But Evan Bouchard will backskate into the Oilers zone with the puck. Move it ahead to Jack Roslovic over the Hawk blue line. Drops it to Ekholm in the high slot. Sends the puck to the right wing corner, Nugent Hopkins. To Frederick behind the Hawk net. Knocked down by Levshunov, who got to the puck. Pokes it up the left wing side, but not out of the zone. Now Dickinson runs into Nugent Hopkins again, shovels the puck off the boards but not out. And finally, Dickinson will move the puck to the near side of the rink and clear over the line to center ice. Nugent Hopkins took it right back into the Hawk zone, left circle. Turning away with the puck to the left wing half boards. Fed the slot, Roslovic shoots. That goes wide on a deflection. Oilers are just dominating play right now. Emberson for the right wing boards. Tried to send to the puck. This is picked off by Levshunov, who can't clear the zone. Oilers get it back. Frederick with the puck in the right wing corner. He's knocked down from behind by Kaiser. Got back to his feet with the puck. Put it back up the boards. Mikheyev is not able to shovel it over the line. Held in by the Oilers. Emberson to Stastny, left circle. Sent it down in front of the net. Deflects off of Roslovic's stick into the far corner. And finally, Kaiser will go ahead and take the icing as he shot the puck all the way down. And the Hawks are looking exhausted. The 5 on the ice that have to stay out there, they're all kind of leaning over with their sticks across their knees.
Well, Artie Levshunov was barely moving. I think he's been stuck out there a long, long time. I believe he was on the power play. And Charlie Remiliotis is just showing me five fingers. So I'm thinking that's a 5-minute shift for Artie Levshunov. That's unheard of. But he was out there for the full 2 minutes on the power play. He got stuck out there. And, of course, in the second period, always tough to get off. And they certainly dodged the bullet there. Too many men.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, that hit. Unfortunately, that hit Nick Foligno, who had jumped on the ice. And we talked about the keys to the game, John. Yep. Needless penalties. That's a needless penalty.
That'll be the 10th too many men on the ice penalty called against the Hawks this season, if that's what's called. Looks like it is. All right, Oiler power play when we return. 5:07 left in period number 2 with the Oilers leading 2-0. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
1 foot on the farm and 1 foot in the city. Lisa Dent, weekdays 2 to 6 on WGN.
Jiffy Lube's quick, quality 15-minute oil change service will have your car ready before you know it. It's so fast, you'll find yourself saying, already ready? Even now, after I just told you, you'll still be surprised at how fast and efficient it is. Plus, Jiffy Lube does more than just oil changes fast. They'll take care of the preventive maintenance your car needs to keep running smoothly, like free fluid top-offs, battery checks, and more. All in a jiffy. So come in today. You're practically already ready.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you could put your knowledge to work on the events that matter to you. Prediction Markets isn't just sports. It's the Fed rate decision, your favorite award show, and so much more beyond the playing field. Trade events with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
Bet365 is paying out before the final whistle.
Check out Bet365's unrivaled early payout offer. When you bet on the team to win and they take a 17-point lead, you get paid no matter the final score. Forget the final whistle and start counting that cash. Hold up. You get early payout on parlays, too.
Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Illinois. T&Cs apply.
Hey, Chris Chelios here. It's time to break out the Bandito. El Bandito Yankee Tequila. So smooth, it's criminal. Break out the Bandito, baby.
Well, Who's Hot, Who's Cold is sponsored by Plumbers 911 Chicago, where they do it right the first time. Who's hot? Well, how about Connor McDavid? He's got a 19-game point streak, the longest in the NHL this year. 19 goals, 25 assists in 19 games. And who's not? The Vancouver Canucks, losing again tonight. They have the worst record in the entire NHL.
Well, the Hawks on a penalty kill here. McDavid off the draw, took the puck down toward the Hawk net for the left wing circle, got a shot away, but hit the side of the net, and then McDavid fell awkwardly down, but he's back on his feet, back in the Oilers zone where he claims the puck. Carries it ahead, moves it a Draisaitl over the Hawk line on the right wing. McDavid right corner to Bouchard at the line right point. To Nugent Hopkins left point. Evan Bouchard along the left wing boards. Tied up by McCabe and Green, who pokes the puck free. Draisaitl misplayed it from the Hawk zone back over the blue line to center ice and then shot a pass across. The linesman wasn't buying. He whistled it down on the offside.
Yeah, John, just to finish up on who's not hot, and it's Vancouver. They're at Montreal tonight. They're losing 6-3. So if they do lose tonight, which it looks like they will, they'll have lost 8 of 9 games. Brock Besser, going into this game, was in a 19-game goalless drought. And Brock Besser, normally a guy you can count on for 30, maybe 40 goals. He has been really, really cold.
He kind of doubled down with the Canucks in the offseason, signing a nice big ticket. He wanted to be there for what he felt was going to be a lot of success. So far, things aren't going the way he wants. Long way to go. Draisaitl in the Hawk zone along the right wing boards, battling with Vlasic. Pokes the puck to the corner to Nugent Hopkins. Spins it behind the net to the left wing half boards to McDavid, to Bouchard near the left point. Leaves it for McDavid, top of the left circle. Put it now in behind the net. Nugent Hopkins centers. This deflects in front to Murphy, and he'll clear the puck all the way down.
Now, this could be a turning point for the Blackhawks just from the perspective of a strong kill, gets the bench into it, maybe get the fans into it a little bit, and they are up against the best power play in the entire NHL.
Nugent Hopkins in his 15th season with the Oilers. Carries into the Hawk zone, drops it to McDavid. He carries behind the net. Louis Crevier strips it away and snaps it hard off the right wing boards and down. 16 seconds on the Oiler power play.
Connor McDavid showing his emotion, slamming his stick on the ice, then slamming the glass as he skates off the ice. Not happy with himself. Really good defensive play by Louis Crevier with that long stick, the long reach, and the great clear.
Roslovic to the Hawk blue line, hands the puck off, but it's batted away by McKay the center ice. 2 seconds. One, the Hawks are at full strength, sponsored by Northwestern Medicine Orthopedics on a relentless pursuit of better medicine. Oilers get the puck back in their end. Andrew Mangiapane carries to the Hawk blue line, spins the puck down the left sideboards. Kaiser stopped it there. Got it ahead of Oliver Moore. He'll break the center ice with so much speed that he nearly fell awkwardly, lost the puck. Roslovic into the Hawk zone. Drops it in the high slot. And a shot from Lazar turned out of there, actually by Savoie. Stastny with a long shot from the high slot. That's knocked away by Knight with the pads. Kaiser to the puck near corner, Hawk in. He'll hold on as Hawks assemble for their breakout. Now Kaiser thought better of it, retreats back into the Hawk end. Banks a pass up the left wing for Donato. He redirects it down into the Oilers zone. Oh, and a big hit there by Green on Stastny. Whistle blows, and I believe boarding is going to be the call here to Ryan Green. Spencer Stastny back on his feet. And Green's going to get the gate. We'll have another Edmonton power play when we return. 2:09 left in the second. 2-0 Oilers. Hooking is the call. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
WGN Chicago is your radio home to the Hawks, the Cats, March Madness, and the Indy 500. On air and on smart devices worldwide.
Getting health insurance that fits your budget isn't easy.
At Get Covered Illinois, we are here to help.
We are the state's official health insurance marketplace.
A place where health insurers compete for your business. A website where you can compare multiple health plans and pricing in one place.
And where you can connect to financial help and free in-person assistance.
Because you deserve insurance. GetCoveredIllinois.gov. We're here to help.
Hi, this is Dave Musial, owner of Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric. And I want to guarantee you a breakdown-free winter. Did you know that a dirty furnace costs more to operate and can lead to higher utility bills and untimely breakdowns? Now is the time to schedule your Four Seasons Furnace Tune-Up and save $50. A Four Seasons Furnace Tune-Up includes a 35-point inspection, complete cleaning, and we calibrate every component of your furnace. So call today.
For all the right reasons, call 866-4 Seasons.
The Mid-America Carpenters Regional Council represents 52,000 hardworking professional men and women across Illinois, Missouri, Kansas, and eastern Iowa who earn the construction industry's best wages and benefits. Their professionally trained and highly skilled members are the elite workforces behind the industrial, commercial, and residential projects you see in your state every day. They build lifelong careers that offer life-changing opportunities. Build your future now. Learn more today at carpentersunion.org. That's carpentersunion.org.
John Williams, every weekday morning, 10 to 2. Miss a little, miss a lot on 720. Now back to the game.
Welcome back to the United Center. The Edmonton Oilers hold a 2-0 lead over Chicago, and I think that was a questionable call on Ryan Green. Hooking was the call. Spencer Stasny went awkwardly in the boards. So Ryan Green off, and the Blackhawks forced to kill another Edmonton power play.
Draw inside the Hawk zone to Knight's right. Oilers get it. Nugent Hopkins top of the left circle. Spins the puck over to the right wing corner to Draisaitl. To McDavid now beside the net. Moving it into the high slot. Bouchard floats one toward the net. Deflected over top. Hits the glass. Puck ends up in the far corner. Vlasic got to it in front of McDavid and chops the puck down ice to the Edmonton blue line.
Don't know that I've seen a calmer guy with the puck than Evan Bouchard, and then he just dropped one that looked like it was going to be a breakaway the other way. But he's got no heartbeat. He's got no pulse. He's just very calm, cool, and collected whenever he has the puck.
That's possibly one of the reasons he was maligned by a lot of the Edmonton media earlier in the season. Here now, Draisaitl in the right wing circle. Not that that's a bad thing. I would like to have anybody that can play that calmly, especially at that position.
Well, what happens is things open up for him because he waits right to the last second, and it looks like he's not trying out there. But well, he knows what he's doing every single second.
Now Draisaitl floats one from the right wing corner out to the blue line. Nice keep in by Bouchard. To McDavid along the left wing boards. He spins it behind the net to Draisaitl. To Bouchard, high slot. To McDavid, left circle. To Nugent Hopkins in the slot. He fires. That's blocked by Murphy, who in his next motion takes the puck and clears it down.
Great job by Connor Murphy, blocking that shot in the middle. He's kind of responsible for Connor McDavid out there, too, who is off to his right, coming down the left side. So he keeps an eye on 97. He jumps into a shooting lane, blocks the shot.
30 seconds on the power play for the Oilers, and now 35 seconds on the clock for period number 2. McDavid out of the right wing corner, floats a saucer pass over to Roslovic, and he misfires. There to get the puck, Oliver Moore, and he'll backhand it down into the Oiler end.
Boy, Roslovic has had a ton of chances in this second period. You've called his name a number of times. 12 goals on the year for Roslovic. He hasn't played all the games either.
Andrew Mangiapane, another one of those guys that played for both the Oilers and the Calgary Flames, falls down to the Hawk zone. Hawks get possession. Slaggert breaks back up ice into the Oiler end shorthanded and snaps off a shot, and this deflects up into the protected netting, and the Hawks have come back to full strength. Sponsored by Northwestern Medicine Orthopedics on a relentless pursuit of better medicine.
Well, not a lot of positives to talk about through this game, but I think if you're the Blackhawks, you build on those two big kills. I mean, this game probably would have been over had Edmonton scored on either one, but you killed it. Spencer Knight didn't have to make any really difficult saves. So, that's a small victory. So now you build on that, and then you just talk to each other about, hey, let's just get the next goal. We're only down by a couple. We score the next goal. We're right back in this hockey game.
Face off to the right of Ingram. And Moore opts to punch it toward the net. This goes wide, and the horn sounds. Ending play here in period number 2. So the Oilers will take a 2-0 lead into the dressing rooms after 40 minutes. They've also outshot the Hawks 26-17. So we'll see what the Hawks can muster up here in period number 3. They're coming off of such a great win down in Nashville. Steve, I know it's human nature to feel good about what you've done, but the next game comes up pretty fast, and it's time to get down to business.
Yeah, and as Coach Jeff Blashill will tell you, it's an everyday league, and it doesn't matter what you do in Nashville. It's about what you're doing tonight, and certainly didn't help to have Connor Bedard out of the lineup, a late scratch because of the flu bug, an illness, and you got to find a way. And I guess defensively, they've given up a lot. Listen, Spencer Knight's been fantastic. But if you can just get that next goal and you're right back in this hockey game, that's a positive. And I think the other positive is the penalty kill. They've now killed 18 of 18 over the last 6+ games. And tonight, especially against the best power play in the entire NHL, that's something to build on. And it's a small victory, but it's a victory all the same. That's something that at least you can be positive about in the dressing room.
If I'm in that dressing room, that's going to be one of the topic du jour. Guys, we just killed off the best power play in the league twice this period. We got more left in us, that kind of thing. But just looking for one of the Hawks to try and break through. It seems like they're just snake bitten right now. Everything they try to do, even though they've gotten away 17 shots, they're just not able to get anything of any quality.
Well, I know in that period, and again, Ryan Green, a couple of great opportunities got stopped, and Colton Dock with a real good chance too. On the backhand, a big stop by Connor Ingram. We talk about the 17 shots. Let's say of those 17 shots, 8 or 9 of them pretty good scoring opportunities. And Connor Ingram, you might not know much about him. He's a solid netminder, and he's having himself a game tonight.
He was acquired mid-season by the Oilers from Utah. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm wondering about Teuvo Teravainen's status, his health. I'm wondering if he just suddenly started feeling bad on the bench, and maybe he's been beset with this awful flu that's going around. Let's hope not.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's what it is. So I didn't really see involved in any big hits in that first period. But he wasn't out to start the second, so probably the flu.
Let's see if we can get you updated on that. Right now, we're going to go downstairs and join our guest. It's Colton Dock, who is an Edmonton area native. Colton, how special is this game for you?
Yeah, it's always fun to kind of play against the team you grew up cheering for, and we've went to our fair share of games as a family, so it's pretty kind of full circle.
Hey, Colton, you've had a couple of good looks in this hockey game. I think a couple of good looks in that second period. One, you had to go your backhand to try and go upstairs. What did you see down on the ice?
Yeah, I think it was kind of just a little bit of a mad scramble to the side of the net there. And when you're in tight like that, chances are, goalie's probably trying to take away the percentages down low. And if you can get it up, it might be a good chance to put it in.
Colton, you lead the Blackhawks in hits. You're one of the hit leaders in the National Hockey League. For your physical game, how much does that get you into an actual game?
Yeah, I think just kind of being engaged is my game, whether that's being physical or skating and winning puck battles and making plays. But definitely the physicality part of it helps me get into it and, kind of could set the tone for the other guys as well.
You guys are only down by a couple of goals. Obviously, the next goal's got to be really big. What's being said in that dressing room right now?
We had a good sustained couple shifts there. We got to keep that momentum up. Playing in the offensive zone is our best defensive game. So just kind of get pucks in, win some battles in the forecheck, and get a load of high, get to the net. I
like the sound of that plan. Go do that in the third period, Colton. Thanks for being our guest here in the intermission, bud.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Appreciate it very much. Colton Dock, our guest. After 2 periods, it's the Oilers 2 and the Hawks no score. And Charlie Remiliotis is standing by in Blackhawk Central with a full intermission report, followed by third period action. Hawks are going to have to erase 2 Oilers goals to get at least 1 point out of this game. Hey, anything's possible. 20 more minutes at least left in this one. 2-0 Oilers after 2. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
The NHL is officially back, and right now, new FanDuel customers can bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if you win. Put your first bet in the back of the net on FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook and official partner of the Chicago Blackhawks. Must be 21 or older and present in Illinois. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable bonus bets which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's Bob Surratt. If you follow hockey, you know how important protection is. Protecting the net, the lead, the win. Planning for retirement isn't much different. It's not one decision, it's many. Each one shapes the life you want, how to create reliable income, how much risk to take, when to step away from work, and how to safeguard what you've built. Handling all of that alone can feel like a full-time job. That's why I chose Trajan Wealth. Their fiduciary advisors work with you one-on-one to make the complex feel clear and build a plan that keeps your money working for what's ahead. Your strategy starts with a simple conversation. For a retirement plan you can trust, let Trajan Wealth guide you. Schedule your complimentary review at TrajanWealth.com or visit their offices in Naperville, Park Ridge, or Orland Park. Trajan Wealth, helping protect what you've built for what comes next.
Advisory services through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Client paid advertisement. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
Marquette Bank has been helping neighbors, families, and business owners in Chicagoland for 80 years. 80 years is a long time. When you bank with Marquette Bank, you know your banker. You have access to a team of real professionals to help you make smarter financial decisions. When you bank with Marquette Bank, good things happen for you and your neighborhood. Marquette Bank, love where you bank. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 462926.
Petarinos is celebrating 25 years as the heartbeat of the Loop. Join them for weekly lunch specials, including their mouth-watering Italian beef and soon-to-be famous seared yellowfin tuna sandwich with yuzu lemon aioli. Hear jazz every Monday night or try sunset sips in the Loop, 2 to 5 and 8 p.m. to close Monday through Friday. Heated patio is open, so bring your pups and enjoy catering from Petarinos Pasticceria, offering breakfast sandwiches to house-made pastas. Visit petarinos.com to place your order.
The professionals at Plumbers 911 Chicago are ready to answer your call. They'll get your plumbing job done right the first time. Their phones are open 24/7, 1-833-PLUM-911.
Time for a break. It's intermission time.
That's a wrap. That's a wrap.
Here's Charlie Remiliotis with your intermission update.
Through 40 minutes here at the United Center, and the Blackhawks trail the Edmonton Oilers 2-0. Hawks still searching for that first goal of this game. Shots on goal 26-17 in favor of Edmonton. Tonight's Salute to a Veteran is sponsored by JeffBuysYourHouse.com, a proud veteran-owned business serving Chicagoland since 2007. U.S. Navy veteran Joseph Finnegan and U.S. Army veteran Dominic Vasil were the two members of our military that were honored today here at the United Center. Thank you, Joseph and Dominic, for your service. Let's get to some scores around the NHL. 5 of them have gone final. We start in Buffalo, where the Florida Panthers defeated the Sabres 4-3. The Detroit Red Wings were up 3-0 on the Carolina Hurricanes. Carolina stormed back to score 3 goals in the third period, but the Red Wings end up getting the overtime winner. It's Andrew Kopp scored the OT GWG. Alex DeBrincat set him up for his 3rd point of the night. Speaking of Detroit, Sergei Fedorov had his number 91 retired before the game. He's the 9th number in Detroit Red Wings history to have his jersey go up to the rafters. The Seattle Kraken knocked off the New York Rangers 5-2 earlier tonight. The Tampa Bay Lightning won their 10th consecutive game after beating the Philadelphia Flyers 5-1. They were led by Nikita Kucherov, who had a multi-point effort to extend his point streak to 10 games. And then the Montreal Canadiens and Vancouver Canucks game just went final. The Canadiens knocking off Vancouver 6-3 behind a 3-point performance by Yurov Slavkovsky, who had a goal and 2 assists, and Ivan Demidov, who had 3 assists for the Canadiens. The Canucks fall to 0-5-2 in their last 7 games. And then some other scores around the NHL. The New Jersey Devils are up 4-1 on the Minnesota Wild. The Toronto Maple Leafs and Colorado Avalanche, the puck just dropped there. So it's a 0-0 score. And then the Stars and Kings are just underway over in LA. Some other NHL news. Ottawa Senators signed veteran goaltender James Reimer to a 1-year contract with a cap hit of $850,000. The 37-year-old signed a professional tryout on Friday with their AHL affiliate, turned it into an NHL contract. The Ottawa Senators are dead last in overall team save percentage this season, so they're looking for a boost with Linus Ullmark away for personal reasons. And then finally, Columbus Blue Jackets announced earlier this afternoon that Dean Evison is out as head coach after 1.5 seasons with the team. He has been replaced by veteran Rick Bowness, so a big change in Columbus. And then finally, elsewhere in sports, the Houston Texans are currently leading the Pittsburgh Steelers 7-6 in the third quarter. Meanwhile, here at the United Center, the Blackhawks trail the Edmonton Oilers 2-0. We'll take a quick break and break down the second period next. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
The Lisa Dent Show, weekdays 2 to 6 on WGN Radio.
Hey, Jeremy Roenick here. I've seen a lot of stat sheets in my career, but when it comes to beer, these numbers jump off the page. Flight by Yingling, 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, and brewed with crisp, refreshing flavor. That's not just light beer, it's light beer with game. and it's brewed by the oldest brewery in America. Bottom line, if you care about performance and taste, Flight by Yuengling brings both. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. DG Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA.
Right now, hockey fans across the city are struggling to fill the fridge. That's why the Salvation Army is here to assist those in need all season long. Our friends at the Salvation Army are seeing unprecedented demand in their communities, the communities they've served for decades, with more people walking through the doors in search of emergency support. Your support this year is more important than ever. Go to the John Williams Kettle at WGNradio.com. Let's help make a difference today.
Start your new year off with a bang. January is chock full of electric Big Ten basketball in Chicago as Northwestern tips off the conference schedule against opponents like Nebraska, Penn State, and Washington. Don't let the cold stop you from enjoying life in the city. Visit NUsports.com to secure your seat in one of the most entertaining atmospheres in all of Chicago sports. Big games, big energy, Big Ten basketball. It's all happening at Welsh Ryan Arena. Visit NUsports.com to get your tickets today.
Permaseal, the leader in basement waterproofing, also offers foundation repair, concrete restoration, and attic insulation. Call 800-421-SEAL or visit permaseal.net.
Second intermission here at the United Center between the Blackhawks and Oilers. It's a 2-0 score in favor of Edmonton. Shots on goal 26-17 in favor of the Oilers. Time now to look at tonight's window of opportunity, sponsored by the state's official health insurance marketplace, Get Covered Illinois. Now's your opportunity to find health insurance that fits your budget at getcoveredillinois.gov. Open enrollment ends on January 15th. That is this coming Thursday, so make sure you get that in beforehand. My window of opportunity is, oddly enough, the Blackhawks have committed 2 minor penalties. The one on Ryan Green was really ticky-tacky, but the Hawks have allowed 0 shots on goal on the 4 Oilers power plays in this game, which is not something I expected coming into this game because the Oilers are easily the most dangerous power play in the entire NHL. The Hawks have really limited their chances. It's been the even strength battle that Edmonton has really dominated, though. Scoring chances 29-18 in favor of the Oilers. High danger chances are 16-8 in favor of Edmonton. So the Hawks had a couple of chances, though, early in that second period. Andrei Burakovsky, 1 minute and 12 seconds in, was all alone in front of the net. Unfortunately, was not able to bury his chance after a stop by Connor Ingram. And then Colton Dock also had a grade A scoring chance about 5 minutes and 16 seconds into the second period. Unfortunately, they're not able to capitalize. The Oilers score one early in the second, 16 seconds in. It was went off the skate of Spencer Knight, unfortunately. Time now to get to tonight's third period projection, sponsored by Robinhood. You expect more from yourself, expect more from your money. Get started today at robinhood.com/yourmoney. My third period projection, Drew Commesso had a 36-save shutout in Nashville on Saturday. But I'm going to say there's going to be no shutout here in this game. The Hawks are going to find a way to find the back of the net in the third period, whether it comes on a power play, even strength, maybe even shorthanded goal. We'll see. But I'm going to say there's going to be no shutout in this game. But if you're the Hawks, you definitely got to get the next one, because if Edmonton goes up 3-0, that feels like it would be the dagger. All right, one more break to get to, and then we're going to set up the third period next. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
When you're betting and find yourself constantly thinking about gambling and you're losing more money than you have, are you really winning? If you're spending too much time with the slots, or you can't stop betting on sports and you find yourself feeling overwhelmed, maybe lying, and probably losing more money than you can afford to lose, you're not alone, and you can get help. It's available 24/7 and it's confidential. When your betting has gotten out of hand, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.areyoureallywinning.com. Sponsored by the Illinois Department of Human Services.
Hey, hockey fans, it's Troy Murray. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing, the #1 premium composite decking brand, tough enough to handle anything. It looks like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industrial-leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at TimberTech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
When injuries slow you down, you need a team that knows how to get you back in the game. At Illinois Bone and Joint Institute, their highly trained professionals work together to deliver empathetic, timely, and efficient patient care so you can move better, live better. And if an injury happens after hours, they've got you covered with IBJI Ortho Access beyond their regular clinic hours. Illinois Bone and Joint Institute. Learn more at IBJI.com. That's IBJI.com.
Hear that? That's Mike. He took ZQL Pure Z's, so now he's sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. ZQL Pure Z's are fast-acting melatonin gummies with a complementary botanical blend to help Mike get the sleep he needs to wake up refreshed and ready to conquer Monday.
Let's do this Monday.
ZQL Pure Z's, just for sleep. Really great sleep.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Use as directed.
For the lowest gas prices in Chicagoland, visit WGNradio.com/gas prices. Sponsored by your local Chevy dealers at ChevyDriveChicago.com.
It's the final 20. The third period's just ahead. Here's Charlie Roumeliotis with your recap.
Back here at the United Center where the Blackhawks and Oilers are on the ice for the start of the third period. Hawks trail 2-0. Connor McDavid has 2 points in this game to extend his personal best point streak to 19 games. And speaking of 19-game point streak, Leon Draisaitl came into this game with a 19-game point streak against the Blackhawks, which is the longest active point streak against a single team. He has been held off the score sheet for the first 2 periods of play. Let's see if the Hawks can make it 3 and snap that point streak against the Blackhawks. And then last thing, Teuvo Teravainen did not play at all in that second period for the Blackhawks. I don't see him on the ice for the start of the third period, so it looks like the Hawks are going to be down to 11 forwards the rest of the way. What's on Deck is sponsored by TimberTech Decking and Railing, #1 in premium decking. Order free samples at TimberTech.com. We're full strength up here, though. We got all of our 5 guys. 6, actually. We got an extra.
That's right. Yeah. We got some reinforcements behind. You know, we're full strength, Charlie, but that doesn't always account for the mental faculties of present company. No. Thank you, Charlie. Great job.
Thank you.
No, we'll find out how the Blackhawks adjust. That's just among the adjustments that the coaching staff has to make in a given hockey season. It happens on the fly sometimes. Underway here in the third period, Oilers control. Bouchard at center ice, whips the puck down the boards in behind the Hawk net. Knight plays it back into the near corner to Vlasic. He is upset there by Zach Hyman. Then Louis Crevier leans on Hyman and put him into the glass along the inboards. Hawks get the puck as Vlasic passes it ahead for Landon Slaggert. This is past him down in on Ingram, the Oiler goalkeeper. He'll clear to center ice. Here's McDavid hustling into the Hawk zone along the right wing boards, being closely checked there by Mikheyev. Put it back to the line. Deep slot for Bouchard. He'll drift over toward the left point, then stops. Dickinson all over him there. Bouchard now to McDavid, top of the right circle. The puck bleeds off his stick blade. Held in, however, by Ekholm, left point. Spins it around. Dickinson then reclaims the puck along the left wing boards. Hawk in. He'll clear down to the Oiler blue line. Good hard-working shift by that line that started the third period for the Hawks.
Yeah, it was a good job on Bouchard by Jason Dickinson, matching him basically man on man just out of the far blue line. Make that their defensive blue line. And Bouchard, you give him a little bit of room, he's going to get that big shot off, and he did get the opportunity.
Ekholm fires the puck up the left wing side, hoping one of his teammates could catch that, but all of them missed, and it goes all the way down, and icing is the call against the Oilers.
John, we talked about the effectiveness of the penalty kill of the Blackhawks. Maybe one of the positives they could have talked about between periods. In the 2 power plays Edmonton has had so far, they have not allowed an Edmonton shot. So a really good job by the penalty killers. Sometimes can give you a little bit of momentum. They're looking for something here just to get on the board.
Moore wins the draw. Grzelcyk left point. Put the puck over to the right point for Lefshunov. Tried to hand it back to Lardis. Picked off by the Oilers. Kapanen into the Hawk zone. Right wing side. Tosses to the left wing corner for Draisaitl. He made a back pass picked off by Burakovsky of the Hawks. To Lardis at center. Tamora over the Oiler line on the right wing. They'll spin it down behind the net. Levshinoff caught it along the left wing boards, put the puck back in behind the net. Nurse now clears it ahead. Here's Kasperi Kapanen, Hawk blue line right wing. Hands the puck off to Emberson over the line to Draisaitl, then back to Kapanen, who hammers a shot from the top of the right circle. And this deflects wide. Burakovsky claims the puck, Hawk blue line. Hands it ahead to Levshinoff to Burakovsky over the Oiler line, left wing with a toe drag and a shot. And that hit Nurse in the foot. Kapanen to the puck in the near corner. Oilers zone will whip it behind his net to Emberson. The Oilers are in the midst of a line change.
Well, one thing the Blackhawks haven't been able to do is get to second and third shooting opportunities. It's kind of one and done the whole night.
Kaiser from the Hawk blue line makes a bank pass ahead intended for Nick Foligno, but it eludes him and goes down. And icing is going to be called against the Hawks here. Face-off circle to Spencer Knight's left.
Well, John, the Chicago Blackhawks at the start of a 4-game homestand. In fact, 6 of their next 7 games will be here at the United Center. Of course, after Edmonton, they're going to see Calgary and Winnipeg. Of course, Boston is in between those 2 games, but 3 Canadian teams on the score sheet coming up.
So we'll get to hear Mr. Corneliuson sing both anthems. Love his anthems. Now Foligno, front of the benches, center ice, takes the puck and shot it to the Oiler blue line. Alec Regula took it back. Former Hawk dumping it down into the Hawk end. Here's Donato taking the puck along the left wing boards. Hands it ahead to Colton Dock. Back to Donato over the Oiler line down the left wing to the corner. Colton Dock runs into Regula. Puck comes out to Donato on the half boards. And then poked away by Roslovic of the Oilers. Put it in behind the net to Stastny, then to Regula beside the net on the right wing side. Head to Roslovic through center in over the Hawk blue line. Tried to drop the puck off, ends up on Mangiapane's stick along the right wing boards. Now Bouchard, right point, creeping in. He'll fire, and he breaks his stick with a drive. And slides in on Knight, who makes the easy left pad save. Frederick to the puck for the Oilers along the right wing boards. Took it into the right circle. Now tried to hand it down to Janmark heading to the net. This ends up slipping in behind. Janmark then tried to give the puck to Frederick. White Kaiser, the Hawks took it away. To Burakovsky, center ice on the right wing. Rick White pass Bertuzzi over the Oiler line. To the left wing boards, Green hits the trailer. Vlasic hammers a shot in on goal, and a blocker save made by Ingram. Vlasic again for the left point. Sends one in front of the net. Bertuzzi grabs it. Tried to hand it off to Burakovsky in the corner, but he's checked off the puck. Green took the puck back behind the net. To Bertuzzi, left circle. Of Vlasic, left point. Pops it in on goal, and a chest save made by Ingram. And he'll let the puck drop into his glove and hold on. Face off in the circle to his right. 16:07 left in the third. 2-0 Edmonton. It's the Four Seasons Face Off, your trusted local experts for heating, air conditioning, plumbing, electric, and generators.
Good work by Ryan Green in behind the net, creating the turnover, picking up the loose puck. He threw it out front, and a really deft little redirection by Tyler Bertuzzi. Instead of taking it, he just touch passed it back to the defenseman, Alex Vlasic, who got another big shot off on net.
Oilers get control off the draw. Nugent Hopkins from the left wing side of the Oilers zone sent the puck down. I think they're going to wave the icing. Ilya McCabe with the puck beside the Hawk net. Shot it ahead up the left wing side for Dickinson. It's off his stick into the Oilers zone. Emberson then moves it out to Nurse to McDavid, stepping into the Hawk zone near the right point. Bothered, put the puck down the boards to Nugent Hopkins. To Emberson, right point. He sent it off the right corner boards and down behind the net to the left wing corner. Louis Crevier there for the Hawks. Sent it ahead for McCabe. He turns the puck over to the Oilers. Nurse will hammer one for the line, and Spencer Knight down with a butterfly save will hold on in the Hawk crease. We'll get a whistle in the face-off in the Hawk zone in the circle to Knight's left.
You see Zach Hyman out there, and of course he scored back in that first period. 6 against the Chicago Blackhawks, 6 goals in his last 8 games against Chicago. So it's funny how sometimes when you're up against the team and you know you have success, you just want the puck. And he has had the hot hand against the Chicago Blackhawks the last 3 years. It was Zach Hyman, who was injured in the conference finals against the Dallas Stars last year, and that's why he missed a good portion of the beginning of this year. He's only played in 26 games thus far.
Yeah. That's a kind of a ghastly-looking injury. He collided, I can't remember, was it Jamie Benn he collided with of Dallas?
Yeah, I can't remember who
Maybe
it was.
Rope Hintz?
Yeah.
but they were side-swiping each other, and Hyman got his wrist in there. And, well,
they missed him in the finals against the Florida Panthers, that's for sure.
Now Murphy with a nice check on Ekholm, put him into the glass and down to the ice inside the Hawk zone. Bertuzzi hands the puck off to Moore coming by, but he fumbled it to the line. And Kapanen sends the puck over to the left wing corner Hawk end. Murphy got 2 for his money as he hits Draisaitl. Draisaitl put the puck to the left point. Ekholm fired, and Nick Lardis blocked that back down into the Oiler end. Here's Ekholm with a pass across the rink on the right wing. Kapanen there returns it back across to Ekholm. Steps into the Hawk zone left point. Hit by Doc as he clears the puck down behind the net to the near corner. Grzelcyk works it free. Nick Foligno on his knees is able to push the puck to the line, held in by Regula right point. Now Draisaitl, top of the right circle. Little handoff to Regula coming by to the corner. Here's Regula, dropping it back down to the corner to Draisaitl from Cologne, Germany. He'll send it to Stastny along the boards. He's pressed off the puck by Doc as Bertuzzi claims it. Put it out over the center ice circle. Leshinoff very fortunate as he didn't see one of the Oilers come off the bench. He was just going to plant him at center ice. And now Doc is taken down inside the Oilers zone. No penalty called. As from his side, Doc tried to swipe the puck in front. Picked off by Roslovic of the Oilers. Then he turns it over at the Hawk blue line. Emerson battling with Donato at center ice. Donato ends up with a puck in front of the penalty boxes. Skates ahead into the Oilers zone. Leaves it for Foligno left point. Slaps it in deep down the boards behind the net. It goes to Burakovsky. Moves it out to the right point for Murphy, but this pass bounces off his stick blade. Oilers get it back. Here's a break down the slot. Hawk zone, and a shot from Savoie. Turned out of there by Knight. Burakovsky now. Passing on the left wing to Kaiser. Returns it to Burakovsky through center over the Oiler blue line. Into the high slot. Pulls the puck back and fires. Knocked wide. Levshinoff fires one in for the right point. That goes over the net. Puck rides around and poked at center ice by Mangiapane down into the Hawk zone. Oilers are in a line change.
I think it was Mangiapane who sprung Savoie in on the partial breakaway. He had an excellent opportunity to try and make it 3 goals for the Edmonton Oilers. Another big stop by Spencer Knight one-on-one.
Mangiapane, another one of those guys that's been a part of both the Flame-Oiler rivalry. I'm sure they have some stories to tell. Back inside the Hawk zone, Artyom Levshinoff trying to keep the puck away from Trent Frederick. He's a St. Louis native. He did. He got it away up the right wing side. Dickinson to center ice to Mikheyev. Over the Oiler line to Bertuzzi left wing side. To Dickinson along the left sideboard. Spuns it behind the net. Mikheyev in the right wing corner to Dickinson behind the net. To Mikheyev right circle. Sent it to the net. Stopped in front. And then the loose puck is grabbed underneath the equipment of Connor Ingram, who holds on in the Oiler crease. 12:26 left in the third. 2-0 Oilers. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
After the end of a good fight, you deserve an ice-cold reward. Modelo is the mark of a fighter. You've earned this rich golden lager with a crisp, refreshing taste. Because you know, the bigger the fight, the better the reward. You put in the hours, the energy, the tough labor. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Heart surgery is no one's dream of retirement. I'm Beverly, and at 79, my cardiology team at Northwestern Medicine worked together to identify and replace a diseased valve in my heart without open heart surgery. Even better, I would be back on my feet in just days.
With access to the top heart and vascular program in Illinois by U.S. News and World Report for 18 years, the nurses, cardiac surgeons, and cardiologists at Northwestern Medicine's Central DuPage Hospital are experts in non-surgical options for patients with aortic valve disease like Beverly. Using a catheter, her team inserted her new valve, then inflated a small balloon to secure it in place. Almost immediately, blood flow was restored.
Thanks to my wonderful team, I'm enjoying the retirement I had always dreamed of.
Because what makes us better makes you better. Northwestern Medicine. Learn more at nm.org/better.
Your radio home for the Hawks, Cats, and the NFL, WGN. Now back to the game.
Well, the speed of the game is sponsored by Chicagoland Jiffy Lube. Visit your local Jiffy Lube today for a quick quality oil change that gets you in and out in a jiffy. And how about Connor McDavid? On December 2nd, just 6 weeks ago, Connor McDavid was 10 points behind Nathan McKinnon in the NHL point scoring race. Well, he had 34 points in December. He's had 10 points in the 5 games so far in January. He is now ahead of Nathan McKinnon in the scoring race. Of course, 6 goals and 4 assists in those 5 games, 2 assists tonight. He leads the entire NHL in points.
Other than that, he really hasn't done very much, has he, Steve? We get a hand pass called against the Hawks. Faceoff will come out to center ice. It's going to be the 4-season faceoff. Excuse me. Your trusted local experts for heating, air conditioning, plumbing, electric, and generators.
I was just going to say, John, he's just fun to watch. It just seems like every time he's on the ice, something good is happening, and he brings people out of their seats.
Yeah.
And, if he's not the fastest guy in the NHL, he's the second fastest guy in the NHL. And he has really, at times, controlled the play here in Chicago's zone.
I was talking to Oliver Moore, Steve, on a recent road trip, and I asked him, I said, do you think you could stay up with McDavid? And he kind of looked at me, kind of winked a little bit, and said, I think I can take him. I said, okay.
Boy. The thing is, you give Connor the puck, it doesn't slow him down. In fact, I almost think he's faster with the puck than he is without a puck. They're just really good at protecting the biscuit.
All with a blown PCL years ago, and he recovered just like unbelievably. Hawks get the puck back in the Oilers zone. Left shin off the Kaiser high slot to the right circle. Burakovsky closes, fires, and then hit Ingram in the headgear. Puck ricochets over the net. Moore got it back to Levshunov, top of the left circle. Levshunov floats one in on goal. Stopped in front. Burakovsky to Levshunov in the slot. He shoots, and Ingram is down with a butterfly save and holds on. Get a whistle stopping play. Just seems like the Hawks' passes are just a touch off.
Well, this third line has really had a lot of the good opportunities in that second period. Late in the third period, they had a really strong shift. And that time it was Burakovsky out with Moore and Lardis. They drew a penalty. This time they get a couple of really good looks on Connor Ingram. As you mentioned, that one, I think, hit him high, maybe off the shoulder, possibly the mask, and it stunned him slightly. It was Ty Emberson who had the puck originally for Edmonton, turned it over.
Made that weird sound like the kind you'd hear if a puck ricocheted off the goalie's headgear. They used to call them masks. Now it's an entire headgear. Now, nice strip of the puck by Slaggert from McDavid. Head to Dickinson. Slaps it down ice into the Oilers zone. Mikheyev is first to get it. Got it behind the net. Mikheyev shoved off the puck in the right wing corner, but Slaggert racing in to claim it. Put it behind the net. Mikheyev. Round of Vlasic, left point to the high slot. Dickinson fires, and a blocker save made by Ingram. Slaggert got to the rebound along the left board. Still Vlasic, left point. Fires! Ingram down with another butterfly save. He had Mikheyev standing over top of him there. And the puck is cleared down ice by the Oilers. Matthias Ekholm, who got a little bit involved with Mikheyev there as they left the ice for the benches.
Yeah, they had some words. There was a little bit of stick swinging on both sides.
There's Mangiapane to the puck along the right boards, Oilers zone. Passing up the left wing, Regula from the benches at center ice. Whips it down the boards behind the net. Knight guides it into the near corner. Murphy spins it back in behind. Now taken away by Stastny. Put it behind the net. Jack Roslovic to Stastny, left circle. Shoots! And it looked like Knight got a piece of that with a shoulder. Regula fires from the right point. That pinball's behind the net up the far sideboards. Stastny is there. Oiler D-man will stick it into the left wing corner. Mangiapane for the Oilers had it, lost it. Here's Murphy to the puck behind the Hawk net. Reverses it over to Grizzly. Passing up the middle of the ice, Ryan Green. To Tyler Bertuzzi over the Oiler line, left wing. Tried to wipe the puck through the feet of Regula, but he ends up with the puck behind the net. Put it out to Crevier, right point. He's able to track it down before it could get out to center ice, and he backhands it toward the net, but Regula picks it off between the circles and clears to the Hawk blue line. Crevier waiting there. Crevier to Vlasic at center ice on the left wing. Spins it down behind the net. Nick Foligno caught it in the right wing circle and was tripped, and a penalty is going to be called here against the Oil. We'll have a Citgo power play when we return with 9:28 left in period number 3. It's the Oilers leading 2-0. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Surratt. It's WGN, the original social media.
WGN. Getting health insurance that fits your budget isn't easy.
At Get Covered Illinois, we are here to help.
We are the state's official health insurance marketplace.
A place where health insurers compete for your business. A website where you can compare multiple health plans and pricing in one place.
And where you can connect to financial help and free in-person assistance.
Because you deserve insurance. GetCoveredIllinois.gov. We're here to help.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you can put your sports IQ to work on the games you know best. It's not you against the house. It's you participating in a live market. Buy or sell your predictions all game long. Trade every play with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
The design associates at Floor Coverings International make shopping easy, bringing the store to you with a mobile flooring showroom packed with over 3,000 flooring options. Carpet, luxury vinyl plank, hardwood, laminate, and tile. And with flexible financing options available, getting the floors you want has never been easier. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at floorcoveringsinternational.com. With over 500 five-star reviews, they are Chicagoland's stars of flooring. Financing available, terms and conditions may apply.
Jiffy Lube's quick, quality 15-minute oil change service means your car will be ready before you know it. You'll find yourself saying, already ready? With Jiffy Lube, you'll be in and out in a jiffy.
Welcome back to the United Center. The Blackhawks on a power play. A much-needed goal on this power play is required. 9:28 to go in the third. They're trailing by 2 goals. And the second unit gets the first look for Jeff Blashill and his squad.
Citgo power play. Score savings on every fill-up with Club Citgo. Download the app now to start saving. Face-off circle to Ingram's right. Lazar wins it for the Oil to the corner to Bouchard. Hit immediately by Moore, but lost the puck up the boards. Grizzlick claims it left point. Grizzlick put it right circle. Larkin shoots, and Ingram down with a butterfly save. He'll hold the puck. Whistle-sapping play. And Curtis Lazar claiming that he had his stick pulled out of his hands and I guess broken.
Yeah, it might have been slashed, and that's why he went thumbs up. But you know what? That's why it was an important save by Connor Ingram, because Lazar was without a stick. So it's basically 5 on 3.5 instead of 4. But Connor Ingram makes the stop, gets the whistle, and Lazar able to get a new stick.
Ryan Green against Connor McDavid, who's 4 for 11 on draws. McDavid wins this one. Puck ends up on Bouchard's stick in the circle to Ingram's left, and he'll pound it off the boards and down.
Got to be aware when 97's out there killing the penalty. He can turn it around in a hurry.
He has a shorthanded goal this season. Here's Lardis to center ice. Over the Oiler blue line. Toe dragging a pass over to Foligno along the right wing boards. Down to Green behind the net. To Moore along the left wing boards. Oliver Moore pokes it to the line. Left point Grizzly. Sends it right circle. Nick Lardis. Now down to Green, back of the net, fed it up the slot. This is picked off by McDavid. He's out-wrestled for the puck by Moore, but then it's taken away by Nugent Hopkins. Carries into the Hawk zone to the left wing boards. Slammed into the glass there by Grizzlick, but dumps the puck down behind the Hawk net. Moore carries out the center. Hands the puck off Levshinoff, left wing side, front of the penalty boxes. Drives the puck down the glass behind the Oiler net into the far corner. This is reclaimed by the Oilers' Nurse. And now Lardis with some good work behind the net took it away, but lost the puck to Darnell Nurse, and the Oiler D-man will fling it all the way down.
John, you mentioned earlier Blackhawks pass is just a little off. I've noticed it especially on the first half of the power play. When the passes are a little off in the power play, it just upsets everything. It upsets the timing. It upsets really the chemistry.
Hawks gain the Oilers zone. Donato in the right wing corner with it. Floats the pass to the deep slot. Levshinoff. He'll hold it. Give it to Burakovsky, top of the left circle. Back to Levshinoff. Levshinoff with some room at the right point. To Burakovsky, high slot. Sends it to the left wing corner for Bertuzzi, but the pass was over his stick. Bouchard tried to clear the puck out. Held in right point, Levshinoff. Sent it across off the left corner boards. Puck ricochets up into the air. Bounces onto the stick of Bouchard. He'll clear to center ice. And the Oilers come to full strength. Hawks 0 for 2 in the Citgo power play. Donato dumping the puck to the left wing corner, Oiler end. Spencer Stastny out, clears the puck but not out. Here's a shot from the top of the right circle by Dickinson. That's into the glove of Ingram, and he'll hold on. So the Hawks did get a chance to get possession on the turnover, but just couldn't capitalize.
Yeah, it was Louis Crevier who picked up that turnover and wisely decided to give it to Jason Dickinson. And Dickinson was locked and loaded, ready for the one-timer. Unfortunately, Connor Ingram read that from 50 feet out. He was square to the shooter, waiting for it. And the Edmonton Oilers successful in another kill.
Draw circle to the left of Ingram. Oilers get it. And from the corner, Nurse will flip the puck through the air down into the Hawk end. Vlasic claims it. Bank pass up the left side. Dickinson center ice. Well, the puck comes free front of the penalty boxes, and Vlasic has it. Steps into the Oilers zone. Send it down the left wing boards behind the net. And Nurse will give it a right around, not out. Crevier fires a knuckleball from the right wing boards. That was blocked in front by Nurse. Nurse little handoff to McDavid at center ice. He overskates the puck. And then got it back off the stick of Nurse to Draisaitl. McDavid breaking into the Hawk zone. Breaking to the net. He dinks and takes it below the goal line and then tried to fire it off of Knight, who was laying supine beside the net. Fortunately, that hit his pads and ricocheted away.
Yeah, you can see exactly what McDavid was trying to do, trying to bank that in, even though he was 3 feet in behind the goal line. And fortunately for Spencer Knight, and he was aware, too. I saw him pick one of his pads up. It did not get the deflection that Connor was looking for, and the puck stayed out.
In behind the Oiler net, Alec Regula settling the puck down. He's from Bloomfield Hills, Michigan. That's a suburb of Detroit. He shot it ahead. This deflects down into the Hawk end in the near corner. Grzelcyk there to the puck. Put it up the boards to Moore. Returns it back to Matt Grzelcyk. He'll retreat behind the Hawk net. Send it up the right side, Murphy. Head to Oliver Moore, breaking through center. To Burakovsky over the Oiler line. Spins off a check at the right point. Cuts back through the high slot and fires. And Mangiapane turned his skate sideways to block that. Murphy took the puck back at the right point. Down to Burakovsky in the right wing corner. Where's the puck? It's in his equipment. We get a whistle stopping play as referee has lost sight of the puck. 5:34 left in period number 3. The Oilers lead it 2-0. We'll find out if Connor Ingram can retain this score and earn a shutout here right after this break. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Hey, hockey fans, it's Chris Chelios. What are you sipping tonight? El Bandito Yankee is a new ultra-premium tequila that is 100% pure and natural with no additives. Just 100% blue agave. El Bandito Yankee Tequila is the most flavorful blue Weber agave in the world. Now available at Benny's, Mariano's, Jewel, and Woodman's. Go to elbanditoyankee.com to learn more about what makes us so damn good.
With America's best lineup of hybrids from Hyundai, you get the best of both worlds, like the reliable and efficient Tucson Hybrid, backed by America's best warranty. The Hyundai Tucson Hybrid. It's the best of both worlds.
Right now, for a limited time, lease the Hyundai Tucson for $249 a month or get 0.99% APR on the Tucson or Tucson Hybrid. Offers end February 2nd. Call 224-661-0068 for details.
Here's a club you'll want to get into, Club Citgo. It's the super easy app that opens the door to great fuel savings and more. Sign up and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up, plus everyday savings that really add up. You can also enter our sweepstakes with multiple winners and giveaways, like free gas for a year. And Club Citgo makes paying easy with a convenient mobile pay feature. So welcome to the club where all the action is. Download Club Citgo today. Savings could up to 30 gallons, only at participating locations. Data rates may apply.
Hey, it's Connor Bedard. Break's over. Time for more Blackhawks hockey.
Thank you very much, Connor. Feel better, brother. John Weideman along with Steve Conroy and Charlie Romeliotis here at the United Center. Oilers 2, the Hawks no score. 5:34 left in period number 3. Connor Ingram, the goaltender for the Oilers, working on his 8th career shutout. He has none this season. He hasn't played that much. Only, 6 games so far this season with a record of 3-2-1, but he's looked very solid here tonight.
Yeah, his last shutout was about a year ago, March 8th, 2024, against the Detroit Red Wings. He has played 38 games since then and has not posted another shutout, but it's looking pretty sharp here tonight.
Yeah. Draisaitl wins this faceoff. Oilers clear their end as Nurse fires the puck down to the Hawk blue line to Kapanen. He then turned it over in the Hawk zone. There's Ryan Green with a pass. Burakovsky center ice on the right wing. Carries into the Oilers zone. Lost in the high slot. Kaiser took it back. Moves in. Fires. Save. Rebound. Score! Tyler Bertuzzi. There'll be no shutout tonight. Bertuzzi knocks home his 24th on the season. And with plenty of time on that clock, 5:14 to be exact, it's now a one-goal hockey game. 2-1 in favor of the Oil.
Well, a huge goal for Tyler Bertuzzi, who now has 8 goals in his last 10 games. And I love the decision by Wyatt Kaiser to jump up on the play, to take that shot. It wasn't handled cleanly by Connor Ingram. It came right out, right to number 59, the hottest Blackhawk shooter over the last month or so. And with that goal, it's time to break out the Bandito. Celebrate every goal this season with El Bandito Yankee Tequila. And what a huge goal by Tyler Bertuzzi, who has 24 now on the year for the Blackhawks.
Absolutely. So it's Bertuzzi from Kaiser at 14:46 of period number 3. Took them most of the game to put one by Ingram, but they did. Here's Dickinson to center ice off the get from Crevier, dumping the puck down behind the Oiler net. Spun away by Bouchard, but not out. Puck turned over. Mikheyev flips it high slot. Crevier's got it. Put it toward the net. It's deflected off the stick of Dickinson over top. Mikheyev behind the net again to Dickinson now in the right wing circle with some room. He'll turn and fire. This deflects behind the net. Mikheyev got it there. Mikheyev darting to the right wing corner. Fed it to the left point. Vlasic, long wrist shot. Deflects wide. Oh, and then just tipped wide by Landon Slaggert. He had a wide open net.
We got a piece of that, too. That went maybe 6 inches wide of the right post as he looked at it. And good pressure here late in the hockey game by Chicago.
Bouchard passing now to Janmark over the hawk line of the right wing to the slot. And a one-time shot by Savoie over the net. Regula took it back right point. Sends it to the left point. Long shot from there. Kick wide. Loose puck in front. Levshinoff with a good defensive play. Slots it out of harm's way. And now he'll lead the rush into the Oilers zone. Fed the right circle. Lardis to the trailer. Moore put a deep slot. Here's a shot from Grzelcyk, and that hit Bertuzzi in front. Regula to the loose puck. Clears up the Wars. Not out. Taken away by Levshinoff left point. Carries through the high slot. Fed the left circle. Moore to Bertuzzi in front of the net. He fires. That's turned out of there by Stastny. Grzelcyk pinching for the left point to Bertuzzi. Left corner. Put it in front for Lardis. He jams one in on goal. Turned out of there by Ingram. And now the puck spun free to the high slot. Grzelcyk to Levshinoff right circle with a toe drag and a shot. And Ingram is down with a butterfly save and holds on. The best action of the night for the Hawks has been in the last 2 minutes. 2-1 Edmonton with 3:28 left in the third. And the crowd at the United Center rises to applaud this young, hard-working Chicago Blackhawks team.
Well, they appreciate good hockey, and that's been great hockey, as you mentioned, John, over the last couple of shifts. I love the move here by the youngster Levshinoff, who probably will end up with 25 minutes of hockey time on ice after this game is done. He did a good job of corralling that puck, the pass from Grzelcyk, walking it to the middle, getting a little better angle, and then taking a high riser. Unfortunately for him, Ingram made the stop and was able to cover it with his glove.
Face-off circle to the left of Ingram. Green wins the draw. Burakovsky claims the puck out near the right point. He'll move with it down the right wing corner. Carries behind the net, hands it off to Levshinoff. Levshinoff along the left wing boards. Turned it over, however. And now Draisaitl sends it ahead. Frederick into the Hawks zone, fires a shot, and Knight came out to cut down the angle and block it. Here's Donato breaking to center ice on the left wing side. From behind, he had the puck snapped off his stick by Podkolzin, but goes down and finishes his check on Emberson in the left wing corner. Kaiser to the puck at the left point. Here's Kaiser sidestepping a check. Lost the puck in the high slot. Taken away by Draisaitl. He clears to center ice. Hyman into the Hawk zone. Left circle. He was met with a poke check there by Crevier. Then the loose puck in front is cleared out to center ice by Green. All of the Hawks converging on their net, helping to defend Spencer Knight, and kept it out of there.
That was good support by Kaiser, who made sure it didn't come off the post.
Here's Hyman again, left wing corner, Hawk zone to the puck. Sent it behind the net. McDavid along the right boards. The Bouchard right point to Nugent. Hopkins works in front, fires, hit the post, the rebound, they score. And has this been washed out?
Yeah, the referee saying it's kicked in by Zach Hyman. Zach Hyman said it went off his knee, that it wasn't a kick. So they will confer. Referee's actually talking to the linesman right now, who probably had a better look at it than the referee did. But the shot by Ryan Nugent-Hopkins off the post, it came right to Zach Hyman, and he pointed right away to his leg. They're showing a different replay right now in the Jumbotron. That's not the play.
No.
And that's not the goal they're talking about. And here's the call.
On the ice, the call is that we have no goal.
Well, that's the call. The crowd reacts with cheers, but they're reviewing it. They may overturn it. So far the call on the ice is no goal.
It's close, John. I just saw it on a replay. He definitely kicked at it with his leg. Now, he didn't get it with his skate. he got it with his upper leg, and I wonder if that makes a difference. And watch him kick.
Yeah, that's a kick.
Well, it's a kick, but you're kicking and you're catching it with a different part of your leg. And you know what? I saw Ryan Green stick in there, and I don't know whether or not that made contact with the puck too. But yeah, I guess, in the spirit of the language, it is a kicking motion with the leg. And the reason that rule is in there is because they don't want guys kicking at pucks with goaltenders laying, trying to make stops. You don't want kitchen knives being literally thrown at the netminder, and that's why they're taking a good long look at this.
We should mention the other team from Alberta, the Calgary Flames, are going to be in town here in a couple of nights. We have a Thursday night encounter with the Flames. And Steve has something for you good folks here momentarily. Let's get the call down on the ice right now.
Review is determined it wasn't a kicking motion, therefore we have no goal.
There you go.
Yeah, well, they took a second look, and a second opinion is always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine.
Well, the last game went to overtime. We'll see if this one does. 2:22 left on the clock. No doubt Jeff Blashill, Hawks head coach. He's actually, looks like he's pointing to Spencer Knight. Now from the bench, give him direction. With this a little bit of time, if the Hawks can gain possession off the draw and then gain the Oilers' zone, I think we'll see Spencer head to the bench.
Well, that was an opportunity to kind of get the coaching staff together. That took a good minute and a half. So they discussed exactly what they wanted to do. Now, they're going to make sure they've got control of the puck in the offensive zone before they decide to pull Spencer Knight.
Face-off is outside the Hawk blue line at center ice in front of the penalty boxes, and they're going to make him do it again. Oliver Moore against Connor McDavid. Drop of the puck. Hawks get possession. Levshunov claims the puck. To Grizzlick. Circle to the left of Knight. Passing up the left wing. Bertuzzi center ice. Sticks it down the glass deep into the Oilers zone. Caught in the far corner by Ekholm. Spun it back around to the near side. Now it's taken away by McDavid. Breaks through center over the Hawk line down the right wing. Burakovsky step for step with him. Now McDavid gets free. Put a pass left circle. Hyman with a backhand is gobbled up by Spencer Knight with a sliding butterfly save, and they'll hold on. A face-off circle to his right. Now 1:58 on the clock.
Well, good job by Jeff Blashill, because when the puck was down in the Edmonton zone, Spencer Knight started to vacate the net, and right away Jeff Blashill stopped him, put up the halt sign, wanted him to go back. He wanted to make sure they had control. They didn't, and it was Connor McDavid who brought the puck back the other way. So it was a good thing that Spencer Knight was back in his net, and he will stay there as the draw is off to his right.
It's going to be Ryan Green against Leon Draisaitl. Drop of the puck. Hawks get possession. Grizzlick behind the net. To Bertuzzi along the left boards. Sent the puck right through his Hawks crease over the far corner to Levshunov, who angles it up the right wing to center ice to Burakovsky, front of the benches. Entered across the rink. Grizzlick now to Levshunov, Hawk line. He made a bank pass up the right wing intended for Burakovsky that missed and goes down. And icing is the call. Yeah. Before we get to this next face-off, we pause 10 seconds for ID. This is Chicago Blackhawks hockey.
WGN Chicago is your radio home for the Hawks, the Cats, March Madness, and the Indy 500. On air and on smart devices worldwide.
Andre Burakovsky a little upset. I think he thought that Levshunov could have given him a direct pass. Instead, it was banked off the wall, and that's why the draw comes back all the way into Chicago zone.
But the Hawks control. Levshunov now carries out of the Hawks zone to center ice. Over the Oiler line. There goes Knight to the bench. Drops it at the left point. Grizzlick sticks it down the boards for Bertuzzi behind the net. Works it free to the far corner. Ekholm took it there for the Oilers. He's going to go for it. He fires it all the way down the ice, but about 15 feet wide of the Hawk net. And icing is now called against the Oilers.
An important draw for the Blackhawks. 1:19 to go. Ekholm had plenty of time, and he saw the open net. So he took that shot from long range, probably about 185 feet.
Yeah.
And it was well wide of the net. So Oliver Moore, who's seen a lot of ice time in this third period, stays out there to take the draw.
It's going to be in the circle to the right of Ingram against Connor McDavid. And he wins the draw to the line. Levshunov, the Grizzlick left point. Burakovsky left wing half board, put it right circle. Larness tried to jam a one-timer on goal. Shanked it, but he got it back to the right point. Levshunov sends it left point. Grizzlick down to Burakovsky, left circle. To the high slot, Levshunov leaving it there for Grizzlick. Burakovsky left faceoff time. He shoots, and Ingram is down with a butterfly save and holds the puck as we're now just under a minute left in regulation. with the Oilers leading 2-1.
Well, Burakovsky in a shooting position, shooting range. I just didn't like the shot right into the midsection of netminder Connor Ingram. If it's a little lower, maybe it comes off the pads. If it's maybe to one side, it comes off the blocker, but instead he smothers it. And it looks like the Chicago Blackhawks taking a timeout here. Mike Vellucci with the whiteboard out, drawing up some plans for his squad. And they did everything you wanted to do. You win or draw, a couple passes, you get it to an open man, but unfortunately Burakovsky's had some really good looks in this hockey game, put it right into the breadbasket. No chance for a rebound, and Connor Ingram gets the face-off off to his right.
Gotta love Mike Vellucci. I've loved getting to know him. He's an assistant coach with abundant experience in this league, and coached in the American Hockey League, coached junior hockey. He's great working with kids. Tremendous communicator. And one day he'll be a head coach in the National Hockey League. I think that's a given.
Yeah, I think you're right. And I love what he said about head coach Jeff Blashill. He's demanding but not demeaning. And I think that's really the mindset of this whole coaching staff.
Now Bouchard off the draw in the near corner Oilers zone. Fires the puck all the way down into the empty net. He scores. It's now 3-1 Edmonton with 52 seconds left in regulation. Boy, that was a bullseye, too.
200 feet away, and a real good job by the Edmonton Oilers on the draw. You know, they just tried to tie up Oliver Moore so he couldn't win it cleanly, which he did the last time out. And this time he couldn't get to it. They punch it back to Bouchard, who's wide open. He shoots it 200 feet down the ice. Bouchard now with a goal and an assist. Maybe does he have a goal? And I'll have to check my numbers.
He's got, I think, 2 goals on the night, Steve.
He's got a goal and 2 assists. No, you're right, 2 goals.
2 goals and an assist.
2 goals and an assist. Wow.
3-point night for Evan Bouchard. Now loose puck in front of the Hawk net. Here's Draisaitl firing at home. They score. The Hawks got careless with the puck in their end of the rink. And Kaiser tried to make a pass to Crevier, who I don't think was expecting a pass. And Draisaitl claimed it instead and just beats Spencer Knight with a shot through the legs. 4-1 in favor of Edmonton.
Well, Leon Draisaitl keeps the streak alive. That is 20 straight games with at least a point against these Blackhawks. And as you mentioned, you know, an unfortunate error by Wyatt Kaiser. He's had a pretty strong game tonight. Going to force one up the middle. It wasn't there, and Leon Draisaitl puts it in the back of the Blackhawks net.
Let's go at 19-19 of period number 3. We'll probably make the final score. What I'm about to tell you, 4-1. Face off at center ice. And Nick Foligno battling there on the draw with Frederick. Puck comes back into the Hawk zone. Grevier's got it along the right boards. Passing it ahead for Green at center ice off his stick. Oilers get the puck back and then give it back, then get it back over the center ice circle. Frederick there to Regula at the Oiler blue line. Shot it ahead for Janmark. This deflects down into the Hawk zone. Vlasic from behind the Hawk net will lead the rush. 15 seconds in the game. Vlasic clearing the puck down the left wing boards behind the Oiler net to the far corner. Now Regula in the near corner. That's a pass up the right wing side. He slashed Donato's stick out of his hands. Donato didn't like it. He and Regula have a running dialogue as the time winds off the clock. And the Edmonton Oilers, on the strength of 2 third-period goals, have secured the lead for good. End up winning this hockey game 4-1. With the loss, unfortunately, the Blackhawks record now drops below the 500 mark at 19-20-7. While with the win, the Oilers now improve to 23-16-6. These two teams have one more game to play. It'll be later in the season. 4-1, the Oilers win. We'll be back to tell you about it right after we take this break. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Hey, Chicago fans, when the game's on the line, there's no time to waste.
Same goes for selling your house. At Jeff Buys Your House, we make it fast, easy, and stress-free.
No drawn-out showings, no waiting for months on the market.
Just a fair cash offer from a veteran-owned company that puts people first.
Don't let the clock run out. Choose the trusted source. Visit JeffBuysYourHouse.com and score your easy offer today.
Hi, this is Dave Musil, owner of Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric. When emergencies happen, who do you call? Broken pipe? Power outage? Furnace failure? No hot water? The answer is always the same. Call Four Seasons. We guarantee same-day service and installation on all heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical needs with no extra charge for nights, weekends, or holidays. That's why over 30,000 customers have given us a 5-star Google review.
For all the right reasons, call 866-4 Seasons.
Hey, Chicago Blackhawks fans! I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, a win isn't a win without the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
If it happens in Chicago, we know about it. The Lisa Dent Show, weekdays 2 to 6. Now back to the game.
We're back to the United Center. John Whiteman along with Steve Conroy and Charlie Romeliotis for Blackhawks hockey. Unfortunately, this big crowd in attendance tonight is going to head home a little disappointed. Blackhawks gave it a good go in the third period. Late in the period, at the 14:46 mark, they made this game interesting. Tyler Bertuzzi scoring his 24th on the season from Wyatt Kaiser. 2-1 was where it stood at that point, and it seemed like the Blackhawks might be able to muster a tie out of this. But Connor Ingram, to his credit, he stopped all the rest of the Blackhawks shots, and the Oilers got 2 insurance goals. One into an empty net. Evan Bouchard had 2 goals and an assist here tonight for the Oilers. Draisaitl added the final goal with 19-19 gone in the period. And that kind of finished it off. 4-1, the Hawks lose tonight. They'll get back together again, do a little practicing, and then entertain the Calgary Flames here in a couple of nights. Too bad, Steve. I mean, this was a game that seemed like it had some promise at the beginning, and unfortunately, the boys just couldn't get it done.
Yeah, well, they got good goaltending because really they were outchanced, really outplayed in the first half of this hockey game. But slowly but surely, that's what good goaltending does. It buys you time to get into the game. And the Blackhawks, the end of the second period started to get into it. They outshot Edmonton in that third period, a number of great opportunities. And then they get it to 2-1 with 5 minutes to go.
Right.
And if only Connor Bedard had been in the lineup, much like Connor McDavid for them or Evan Bouchard, superstars make a difference. And Connor Bedard would have made a difference tonight. They down 2-1. They pulled their netminder. Wouldn't it have been nice to have number 98 on the ice? Unfortunately, out with a sickness. If you're joining us late, he was scheduled to play. He fell ill just hours before the hockey game, so he was not available to the Blackhawks, and they come up a little short. So, hey, listen, that's hockey. Everyone goes through it. There's going to be sicknesses through a lot of teams, and the Blackhawks were very close in this one, but mostly due to really good goaltending. And then a late push by the Hawks.
And Teuvo Teravainen left the game in the second period. We did not see him for the third. He didn't even come to the bench, so his status remains unclear. But anyway, I mentioned that the Calgary Flames come to town on Thursday. The Hawks have some time in between then and now to get back to the practice rink, work on a couple of things, and get ready for the Flames. That should be an entertaining game.
Yeah, it'll be a good game. Whenever you play the Calgary Flames, bring your lunch bucket, bring your hard hat, because they're a hardworking group, and they're going to try and make life miserable. They try to be physical out there. I think the advantage the Blackhawks have is their speed, and I was really impressed with Edmonton's speed in this game tonight, especially early in this hockey game. They had the Blackhawks hemmed in their zone at times due to their forechecking speed. Eventually the Blackhawks were able to break that. But, Edmonton, there's still a team that a lot of people think are going to go to the Stanley Cup final again. And I know that Colorado is having an unbelievable year, and Dallas seems to be improved. But a lot of people just think that if you've got Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl on your team, you might be able to make some noise in the playoffs.
Well, right now, Colorado is leading the Toronto Maple Leafs 2-1.